Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 486. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Brian.
Hey, we're all here.
Yay.
Nobody suspended this week?
No one, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Suspensions will be imminent, though.
Hold on.
Suspensions will be handed out at the end of the episode.
I better keep my mouth clean today.
You don't have a quick exit anymore. You're blocked in.
I know.
You can't
so
get out.
I can't use any fucking foul language tonight.
That's bullshit.
God damn it.
Jim, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. We moved the table out and we kind of rearranged the room here in the Hobie studio, the Bob Studios.
I got Ross staring me directly in the face.
Ross
now.
Marquand, yes, a giant poster.
He has been hung
Yes, he is hung.
in the studio.
Yes. Autographed
Yes.
poster.
Oh, I thought he was calling me Ross.
No, I'm looking above you.
At
and
first,
through
I'm
you.
like, Ross from Friends?
Pivot.
I will say
Pivot.
this new setup is very weird for me.
Why?
My microphone's on the other side of
It
what
is.
I'm used to, and now I have to look directly across the table at Blake.
So you can see when he's going to interrupt you.
Yeah, exactly. So this might work out better for me in the long run.
If you want, we can sit you in the guest seat and move the guest over.
Yeah, we have a guest this week.
We do. I don't know because I see just a giant bag of Reese's popcorn in front of me.
Yeah, that's the guest.
Oh.
Welcome, Reese's Popcorn. Welcome. Pop, 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 pop,
I
pop,
am made
pop.
with peanut butter, chocolate, and popcorn flavored. Crunchiness.
With us today is our friend of the show, Patrick Capel.
Howdy.
He's also known as the Coney Guy, who a few years ago decided to eat 1,000 cheese conies in a year.
Famous in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Pat, welcome.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Please explain to people outside of Cincinnati, especially our fan base in Algeria.
And Alabama.
And, well.
We have no fan base in Alabama anymore.
Still? We haven't gotten them back yet?
We do have a lot
And Ontario.
we do have a lot of fans in Japan, too.
We're huge in Japan.
Yes.
Huge. I mean, I'm in comparison to the normal Japanese man, I'm certain we are huge.
Yes.
God damn, we just lost a Japanese listener.
Damn it.
Great.
We had multiple.
I think we're also big in Ghana.
We are big in Ghana. I'm not kidding you. I think there's a military base there, so that helps.
Not that we know of.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Military can't wear like smart watches and Fitbits and all that kind of stuff because they can track where you're at. But I guess if the Russians want to know where we're at, they just find out where the downloads for Hobie is.
I'm not kidding. Like,
So we're the single-handed cause of the war in Ukraine?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me, Hobie?
And the reason why they know where our base is in Syria.
at one point, we were the number, 15 entertainment and TV and movie podcast in Switzerland. At one point, I don't know why.
For
The
one
chocolate.
week.
It is
It's the chocolate.
Must have been that week we tried Swiss chocolate.
maybe.
Toblerone?
And at one point, I think we got as high as 10 or 9 for Ghana, and I'm not exaggerating. It's pretty funny.
We were the 9th most listened to podcast in Ghana.
Yes, I'm not kidding. I get emails.
Can
Is there
you
a
forward those to
particular
us?
reason
Yeah, I'll forward them to you.
I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, New Zealand, we were up there. I will find them.
Well, that's because of
Thanks, Nikki.
Nikki, yeah.
Yeah, but that's only one. I think we have.
She's obviously
think-
telling everyone about us.
She is.
I'm saying it probably only takes one person like downloading all our stuff all at once to make it look like we did real good that week.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I think
Why?
Nick will rebroadcast our Hobie podcast over his drum set on the tree trunks that he has outside his cabin.
Well, and then he just says it's new graphic novice, and it's actually our show.
Well, then Bigfoot takes that and runs down the mountain.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Yes.
In Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. And then delivers that to the local, radio station there.
Mm-hmm.
In Moose Jaw.
Yes, in Moose Jaw.
Yep.
And then he reinterprets the entire podcast and
Don't do that again.
is that too loud?
So back to my original question, Pat. Please explain to people outside Cincinnati, what is a cheese coney?
So a cheese coney starts with, it's like
A Cincinnati Skyline cheese cone.
Cheese conies aren't synonymous with just
Yeah, they are.
Cincinnati.
They only-
They're
Nothing to do-
available in the
nothing
world.
to do
the
with
Cincinnati.
Coney Island.
No. Well, except for the Coney Island in Cincinnati.
Yes.
There is a Coney Island.
Will you let him answer?
It's in California. Actually.
Basically-
California, Ohio.
It is like a foot long chili dog, like how they have in many other cities besides Cincinnati, that you can get at most Dairy Queens, most shops that sell hot dogs and those kind of things.
Yep.
Basically, it is a tinier version of a foot long or a hot dog in general, with a steamed bun. Then it has mustard below it if you want, and then onions as well, and then a layering of chili on top, and then a handful of feathered cheddar cheese.
Feathered.
Cincinnati chili.
Cincinnati chili,
There
which
is
yes.
no
Substitution.
beans.
Unless if you want them, you can ask for beans.
Well, real chili doesn't have beans anyway. So
Fair.
it's more chocolatey chili.
So, why did you do that? What type of idiot would suggest that to you?
Well, I
So
don't-
time out. He ate 1,000 cheese conies? Is that what it was in 1 year?
1,002, yes.
1,002 in 1 year. Okay, go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
Yeah, so why would you do that?
Well, I don't know, Jim. Why don't you ask yourself? I'm just kidding. So basically, I wasn't necessarily peer pressured into doing this by my peers because, I did it on my own with the help of some other people. They did not eat the conies for me. I don't want to, clear any controversy up in that regard.
I may have eaten 600 conies that year.
Yes. Jim was there with me most every step of the way.
Every other Coney, almost.
Yeah. Maybe the first 400 on pace.
Was there any point that you got tired of having cheese conies?
I got tired of having to eat them. I wouldn't say I got tired of them in general. It was
Okay.
just the process of having to go and get them and then have to put them in my mouth for a little while. And about mid August when it was real hot and humid in Ohio, and you're shoving a warm hot glizzy down your gullet with cheese and chili on top of it. So
I put them in my mouth.
yes.
And they just sat there. So you average, what is that? Almost 2.5 a day, I guess it is?
It's 2.7 repeating. Basically, I started off with 9 the first day, and at that point I was like, okay, this is going to be easy. It was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I didn't eat 9 every day until I was done. That would have taken me 110 days if I did it that way.
It's good math right there.
But yeah.
I was trying to figure that out.
One day I ate 1% of my total.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, this can't be that hard. And then, it's just
That's what she said.
Exactly. Usually the conies aren't, because then if they were, they'd be overcooked.
Just saying.
So did you get anything from Skyline Chili, the restaurant here, that you ate them at?
So they both catered the party that we had at Dana's after like to end it all. That's where I ate my last 3 cheese conies. And
Please
then-
stop coming to our restaurant.
Yeah.
Remind me to share the pictures to our
yes,
Twitter account.
Brian has
Please
many
do.
I have
pictures.
many pictures.
Throw some up on our Facebook too.
And if,
don't
if
wanna do
anyone
that.
is curious about where that journey is documented, there is a Twitter account dedicated to it at 1K Coney. And there, every single time I went or every day I logged how many conies I ate, and then just kind of most of the journey as well as.
So it's 1K Coney. Is it 1K Coney all spelled out?
Yep.
It's the letter 1,
That's
the
a
number,
number.
number C,
The letter K.
the letter K,
And then Coney.
and then
Coney.
Yes,
There
and
you
with
go,
an at
folks.
symbol in between it or in front of it.
Yeah.
Is there any other food that you're going to eat 1,000 of in a year?
I mean, I feel like I eat at least 1,000 M&Ms every year. I wouldn't say packages of them, but I enjoy many different flavors of those. And
Okay.
Pieces of pizza?
pieces of pizza, probably. Yeah,
I was going to say pizzas in general.
yeah,
1,000 pizzas.
exactly. That would be difficult. I think somebody last year or 2 years ago tried to eat like 100 personal pizzas.
Well, every pizza is a personal pizza.
Exactly.
If you try hard enough.
Right. Yeah. It just depends on your level of determination.
And maybe you should turn this into like a Netflix documentary.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should maybe.
I mean,
Maybe
we all
make-
eat 1,000 Pez here at the
You,
table.
you hear that,
Yeah.
Netflix?
yes.
Maybe you should eat McDonald's every day for 30
Hear
days?
that, Pez?
Has anyone ever tried to do that?
I
Did
think they died.
I think
they
Morgan
died.
Spurlock tried to do that, and he did not die.
You sure?
There's a guy who eats like 2 Big Macs every day,
Oh.
and
That's all.
he has for like 15 years.
What should we see? What his numbers at
Cholesterol is 800.
for one Big Mac?
Yes.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Pat did also become a Skyline partner because
Yes.
of his journey and
Yeah.
his advertising what he was doing.
And they send me boxes of stuff every National Chili Dog Day, National Coney Day, National Chili Day. So I get Skyline swag throughout the year.
Do they,
And
do
if they ever send the wrong size, I give it to my wife.
do they ever give you like a card that you can put in your wallet so when you go to Skyline you can whip it out?
I mean, I can always whip things out of my wallet, but not necessarily means they'll take it.
You whip out that 6-inch Coney.
They'd be like, "Sir, we don't serve those here, but
Wait a
you can
minute.
come back tomorrow."
He pulls out
and
that
then-
wallet and he whips out that condom. It's been in there since 1998.
I don't know what you're going to do with that here, sir. We're a cheese coney place.
Can you throw this away? It's old.
Little does he know, it's not a condom. It's actually a ramen noodle spice pack.
One.
Beef.
I heard somebody tried that once. It did not go as expected.
Do you have any advice for other people who are going to attempt to do this on what they should do to become a Skyline member?
Yeah.
Since we do have a friend of ours who decided to repeat the
The 1K challenge.
1K challenge.
What do you got to do to prepare yourself for this?
Eat a lot of conies.
Eat a lot of conies and maybe do any sort of physical fitness throughout the journey.
And our friend,
Did you do that?
Not really. No.
and our friend who did the thing, Brandon, he ate 1,200 conies,
Why is he not here?
all from Skyline. But he decided to use Instagram as his
Platform.
Or I think you say Tumblr.
and no one looks at Instagram.
Brandon got his own commercial.
But here's the thing.
And who else is
Yeah,
in the commercial?
Brandon
Pat's in the commercial
I'm
with him.
But I'm in the commercial because of Brandon, not the other way around.
Yes.
So
You're in a
didn't have
Skyline
like
commercial?
You didn't have like a 1,000 Coney pin you could wear?
no.
How about a hat?
He had
1,000
plenty of
Coney hat?
he had plenty of swag.
I could have decked myself out in that, but the Cleveland Guardians are currently trying to defend their AL Central title,
There you go.
and I'm more focused on that at the moment than Skyline Chili.
Huzzah.
Did you consult
Go
with your
Tribe.
doctor before you went on this journey?
I told my dad about it, and he said that's probably not a good idea. And my dad has been a licensed family physician for about 25, 30 years.
So he had free health care.
So yes, yeah.
So he could.
we consulted
told
what
no.
against
I can-
doctor's
yeah.
wishes.
Yeah, the doctor was not. He was like, "You probably need to get some blood pressure medicine," and then that's. I'm currently on some, but it's not. Stress and other things have a lot to do with that, and I was
but
working
your-
2 jobs at the
But your
same
physical
time.
fitness involves sock monkey games.
Yes.
So you are at least, physically exerting yourself.
Correct, exactly. But I
There
don't
you go.
know. Was I on the team that year? I don't think I was.
No, you weren't on the team
I
that
joined
year.
the team the year after with
Yeah.
my Skyline chili eating prowess as my number one.
What makes you a good member to be on this softball team? I ate 1,000 conies.
Sign.
You're on the team.
You're a starter.
I think that's literally how it went. To be honest,
It's no wonder West Side said no Empress chili for you.
right?
You know what, sir? You're the leadoff.
Yeah.
Did you gain any weight during that year?
So here's the thing. I was working at a golf course where I had access to all the food that I wanted to, and I was also working at a bowling alley where I had access to all of the food that I possibly wanted.
Not necessarily the healthiest food.
So among all of the wieners that I put into my mouth that year, I also ate 1,000 hot dogs. So yes, I did. I think I gained.
So you
I was
had-
at 265, 285. Or no, yeah, I was at like 265 at the beginning of the year. And then at one point I weighed myself, and I think I was 299. And for about a week and a half, I didn't touch the scale because I'm like, if I
Scared.
see 300, I'm cutting this.
Quit.
I'm calling quits. So I took about 2 weeks off from eating just about anything that was unhealthy. Not to say that I didn't eat Skyline because they do offer salads, Cholitos, and those kinds
Empty
of things
calories. Empty
that
calories.
that are quite healthy.
Right. But you don't look 265 right now.
Right now, I am sitting at a clean 258, Blake.
You're- Like I
Yeah,
said,
look at you go.
So all of that weight
what
came
does a
off.
dirty 258 look like?
That's a great question.
Lots of wieners. Lots of wieners.
It looks like that after playing a game of softball
Yes,
with the
yeah.
soft monkeys.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, with all your wiener intake,
Yeah.
you've had close to like 1 million pig lips and assholes, basically.
Yes, and I do enjoy eating pork butt, all the time. So
Smoked pork butt.
yes,
Well, thank you, Pat, for being with us today.
anytime.
We appreciate it. You brought a good snack here.
Bring celebrity.
I had to try and match the turkey and gravy soda and ranch ice cream that I've heard about on listening to the pod over the last couple weeks.
So the ranch ice cream.
Jesus Christ.
I am
man, that
still
was
having
shitty.
nightmares.
I don't want to talk about
That
that.
was horrible.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim said it might have been spoiled.
I'm thinking
Is someone wanting to actually try and see if it was?
Oh,
or,
God, no.
Yeah.
But
It smelled like meat, like bad meat.
It was like rotting ice cream.
No, thank
like
you.
I'm thinking it had to have like
I didn't think was
spoiled and then
possible.
Yeah,
refrozen
exactly.
or something.
I mean, the picture that you put up on
Yeah.
social media,
So
it looked
here's
like
the
it was
thing.
rotting ice cream.
Did one of Doug's people along his route just give him that, and then like he carried it in his bag?
He
all
bought
day?
it at a grocery store.
And I don't believe that. I believe that he
By
was given
grocery
it.
store, it was Walmart.
Wait, I saw him take...
It was in the produce section.
I did
He found it next to
Not
the
the
ranch.
condiment aisle.
It was the last.
I did
gallon.
see
That's what
Doug take
concerned
2 big spoonfuls of that and eat
Yes.
it last week.
Yes.
But I did not see what he put in his bowl.
Oh, that's right.
me. Maybe he had regular vanilla ice cream.
Son of a bitch.
He just put ranch. He just put ranch in it at that point, and then scooped that out and gave the rest to you guys.
Excuse me, where's your ranch ice cream? Right next to the Hidden Valley Ranch right there. Oh, okay.
I mean, we are in Indiana.
That's true. That's true. God.
The frontier of Ohio.
Let me tell you.
I legitimately felt like I was going to throw up for 3 days. That's how unsettled it was. In my stomach.
I agree. Like the next day, I felt like it was worse.
Just remembering what it smelled like makes
Yes.
me want to puke.
No, the worst was the initial. No, yeah, the whiff, and then I thought, oh, I got to get it over with. I'll take the taste, and no, nothing was worse than that. I mean,
That was
the thought of it is terrible. But
And I was thinking back on it, and you, Jeff, definitely had like the worst 2-step process of that because you went in nose first.
Oh, yeah.
and got the whiff of it, so you had it in your nose, and then you tried it.
Jeff.
Like I've
Never go nose first.
never go
never goes.
Never go nose.
No, that was pretty bad, and
I'm not exaggerating. Like I woke up the next day, and like throughout the day, I kept thinking, "Oh my god, oh my god!" Like I kept having flashbacks to it, like the smell, the taste. Like it was just awful.
We got PTSD ice cream.
Yes,
The guest gets to have some of his own popcorn, guys.
There you go.
yeah. We got Reese's popcorn. It's 140 calories for
Colonel?
you're drifting.
1 hour. Yeah, I know. 140 calories. I got some for 1 1/4 cups.
And I believe they're sold exclusively at Sam's Club. Not to like have an ad or anything like that, but
so fuck
I
you,
believe
Costco.
I believe that's where you can find them if you're looking for it.
1 1/4 cups.
1 1/4. Well, that's damn good popcorn.
I am really enjoying that.
This is much better than last week's guest food.
Oh, the first one just tasted like caramel.
Yeah. There's just like a big old thing
You
of
need
it.
to get more chocolate and peanut butter on it.
It's pretty good.
I've got the peanut butter on mine, so
The chocolate went to the bottom.
That's pretty good.
Heavier.
Reese's popcorn. I like that. See, Doug, Pat brings good food in. We have guests that
Wow.
actually bring good food.
I am a little disappointed that we don't have any Skyline after we've opened up talking about it for 30 minutes.
I agree.
I thought about bringing some. I'm not going to lie.
I had it for dinner, so I was prepared.
We made it.
Popcorn gets a thumbs up.
I made it last night for the family. The
Thank
at-home
you, Sir
version.
Patrick.
Which that chili at home tastes just as good as in the restaurant.
Do you do the frozen or the canned or the bag?
Frozen.
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 That is what I grew up on.
And then you got to
I
get
skip
this.
the can and go straight to the bag now.
Oh.
It's easier.
yeah, you heat it up in the microwave.
Yeah.
It tastes.
We do the frozen, and then we also have to get the oyster crackers from Skyline.
Yes.
And the Skyline chili. Or, I'm sorry, the cheese. The cheese. Yes, the chili, but also the cheese. We have to go all out for it. So
You don't grate your own.
I do not. I do
I've
not.
tried the
Probably
other.
good.
I've tried the other grated cheddar. Doesn't work. You got to get the Skyline cheddar.
So Jason, you'll eat popcorn with stuff on it.
Yeah.
But not pretzel.
But not pretzels.
God, no. Not communist.
Hey, his wife sent those to us. So
Yeah, that's wonderful. I actually did eat one of those chocolate-covered pretzels last week after the ranch.
where did the remainder of those go, Jason?
my belly.
They just Blake just ate them all.
There were about a half a dozen left when we started.
Oh,
We'll have to get more next time we
they
go
were
to
blinded
Pittsburgh.
by the giant orange bag of popcorn.
You know what you're not blinded by? The great low prices on VIP tickets at the Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 22nd through the 24th. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Right, Jim?
Right.
Who's going to be there?
If you're a veteran, you can go to vettix.com
Yes.
and put in Cincinnati Comic Expo and get a free ticket.
Yeah. For veterans. There you go. But
Ming
yeah.
Na Wen's going to be there.
Yes.
Miranda Otto.
Matt Lantern.
Jim Lee.
Oh, Karen
Ricci.
Ashley.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
If I cancel my restraining order against her.
Yep.
So, Dr.
Jim Lee?
Dana told me to, again, reiterate to you that
Yeah.
she will only show up if Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles get announced.
They just got announced by us.
Wow.
It's not confirmed, but
It's
we
not
announced
confirmed.
it.
Okay.
Brad Pitt's there, too.
But she
Are we
said
sure?
announced. So there you go. Technicality.
We announced it.
You know who else is going to be there?
I'm Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Brad. Brad is going to be there. Did
Yes. Cinema guys are going to be there. So welcome.
anybody catch Tubi Tuesday with Brad this afternoon?
I did not. What
I wonder what he was watching.
something on Tubi, I think.
Was
Because
it
it
the
is Tuesday.
island of the mushroom people? Or whatever the hell it
Misfit
was?
Toys.
No.
No.
Okay.
I do have a brother that is going to Oak Island tomorrow.
Brother. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. They're
You're
going to
fucking with me, are you?
Oak Island, North Carolina.
Oh.
Is that same?
Okra Coke.
Oh. No, no.
The real Oak Island is Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, okay.
Nova Scotia.
No.
I'm still planning to go there, by the way. For
Are
real.
you?
I'm
Okay.
not fucking around.
That's great. That's great. Lots of buttons there. Would you
May not-
quiet
may-
down over
Almost
there?
back down.
It may not work this year. I'm going to wait until they actually hit gold, and then I'll go.
They're not going to hit gold. They're not hitting gold. They're not hitting gold. Jeff, what was in your Jeff box this week?
That's
Hello,
Hello
Jeff.
Jeff box.
Hello, Jeff. Jeff.
I don't know.
Jim, what was in the Hello Jeff box this week?
Reese's popcorn.
No. That didn't make it out of the warehouse.
Shit.
There were grapes. Mm-hmm. There was mayonnaise.
Oh.
Oh my god!
There was manicotti shells
Uh-huh.
and ground lamb.
Huh. It's very interesting.
Was the
box.
ground lamb pre-grilled?
No.
Were the grapes seedless?
And peeled.
So, did it come refrigerated? Like in a refrigerated box?
Yes.
Okay, that's like positive then. That's
All Hello Jeff boxes are refrigerated.
unlike the ice cream, the ranch ice cream.
Even the ones that just have Pop-Tarts in them.
Yes.
We refrigerate the Pop-Tarts. The jelly has to stay.
Freezing them is a better option. Just for the Pop-Tarts, maybe not the grapes.
Oh, frozen grapes are delightful.
They just break your teeth, though.
You drop them in your wine as ice cubes.
Ooh.
For the past... I don't even know. For the past week, did anyone go and see Dungeons and Dragons, a.k.a. Frogger, at the movies?
I did.
Yes, I did.
Oh, three of the
Yeah.
6.
So I know that
Okay.
we can speak now of the
Yes,
movie.
please do.
Now the three of us have seen it,
Oh.
and Brian hasn't seen it.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
I've already lived it.
He's already lived it, and so have you.
Yes.
You've conquered the game. So this is good. We can speak of D&D, Honor Among Thieves with spoilers, right?
Spoilers coming.
So people can hit the, fast forward 30 seconds until
That's
they
what she said.
hear us talking about something else if you don't want to listen to the spoilers. So, I have my thoughts, but I would like to listen to Jim and Jess before I give mine.
The dragon was one of my favorite parts.
The chubby dragon?
Yes.
Was it in a dungeon?
Thermo, whatever
was.
it
Thermo-
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, well, I guess it was in the Underdark, but it looked like a dungeon.
Yeah, it was the Underdark.
Was it good? Was it better than the Marlon Wayans one?
Much better than the Marlon Wayans one.
Was Marlon
Yes.
Wayans in it?
No.
Oh. How was Chris Pine?
Bradley Cooper was in it.
Bradley Cooper was in it.
Cameo, unexpected, I believe. That
Spoiler,
was a
jeez.
surprise, wasn't it?
I've never seen Bradley Cooper.
I was
Expect me.
unaware he was going to be in it.
Yeah. So when they brought Bradley Cooper's character into it, I was surprised.
Would you recommend the film?
Yes. Did anybody?
Oh, I'd recommend.
Did you guys watch the cartoon that was around in the 80s?
Yeah, I got some thoughts on that too. Yes.
Yes.
I did not.
I love that they
got
brought those
notes.
characters into the movie.
Can we talk about them bringing the characters into the movie?
He just
Because
did.
originally, right? All right. So, anyways, John Francis Daly from Freaks and Geeks and other shows and et
Waiting.
cetera. Yes. So he was one of the screenplay writers and directors for this movie and D&D fan.
He was
right?
introduced to Dungeons and Dragons while on,
On Freaks
set
and Geeks.
on Freaks and Geeks, since he was playing a nerd kid in high school.
Yes.
So they decided to run a game for the guys, and he fell in love with the game.
Yeah, and they had him playing D&D while they were waiting to do their scenes and all that other kind of stuff. So it was kind of like a time gap to keep the kids occupied, right? So anyways, all right. So talking about D&D,
There's
the
a lot of
cartoon in the
rustling
80s.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
You can hear it. Stop it.
Yes. 1 star out of 5. Too much
Please stop
wrestling. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, we're the original Dungeons and Dragons Saturday morning cartoon. So here's a little nugget for you guys for the D&D movie, right? So that cartoon series never got the never got the finale.
Okay.
Because it was canceled too early, right? But the finale script does exist. And in the finale script, the Dungeon Master gives the party the option to stay in D&D land, more or less, and be heroes, or go back to their, regular lives on planet Earth as regular kids. But it ends there, and you never know what choice or decision that they made.
Oh.
In this movie, when you first see the group and the party in the background, you're like, oh, there they are. But when they're running through the maze, you get to see Bobby at a treasure chest, and Bobby finds
The
a
axe.
battle axe, but he's not a kid. He's a young adult.
So he comes back.
So, yes.
Is
So
it-
essentially what it is that they kind of fill in the gap for you that they decided to stay there in Dungeons and Dragons and remain to be heroes because they're all older when you get to see them at the end
Oh.
of the cage safe too. But there's no uni.
No Unix?
unicorn.
No unicorn.
Well, they had to have dinner at some point.
That's true.
They may have had to survive at some point. There could have been some hard times. You never know. But that's good. But the scene that you're talking about where they were at, I knew they made a cameo. I was waiting to see them, and you're like, okay, they're in here. They're in the arena, right? And so you have the main characters of the movie. In the distance, off to the left, you see the D&D Saturday morning cartoon party And then to their right, you see this
Other
unknown party, right? And those are your typical NPCs, and they all get killed.
They'll get
during that
mauled.
scene. They're the ones that get killed and mauled in the entire thing. So spoiler alert. So the main characters don't die, obviously, and the D&D Saturday morning cartoon inferred that they don't die.
They don't die in that scene.
yes.
You're not sure if they survive eventually, but we'll see.
Oh, and your regular characters might die too.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Some people may die, some people may live, and that's a sacrifice they're willing to make.
That's right.
I do actually want to see the film. It looks enjoyable.
I will say, I think there was far too much thrown out in different trailers and previews. Because pretty much, they didn't really give away the plot of the movie, which was cool, but they pretty much gave away everything else. Like, every little Easter egg was already in the previews.
Well, Easter is coming up.
Yeah, the Easter eggs. You're right. The trailers pretty much reveal an awful lot about the movie itself, other than the entire plot. And I was disappointed there was no Led Zeppelin track in the actual movie.
Okay.
There's one in the commercial.
It's in the trailer, yeah. But there was no Led Zeppelin movie.
If you're going to pay for it, you might as well use it in the movie.
Yeah, they probably only paid for it in the
pay
trailer.
different amounts of money. I mean, trailer music is almost always never movie music.
Yeah.
Was it in the credits?
No.
Is there an after credits scene?
There's a mid-credit scene.
Yeah, there's like a mid-credit scene, yes.
Okay.
It's actually kind of disappointing, but whatever.
Is there going to be a sequel?
Most likely.
We'll find out in the box office news.
It depends how much it makes.
We'll tell you.
Well, yeah, it depends.
We'll find out how word of mouth goes and if more people go to see it.
Would you guys like to go back to this world in a sequel?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it
could be. It doesn't have to use the same characters. Again, the world itself is huge, and they just set this one in the Forgotten Realms area for it. So,
okay,
but the backlash now, they gave no credit to the creators of Dungeons and Dragons or the realm of Greyhawk or of Forgotten Realms.
For Forgotten, no Gary Gygax credit and no Ed Greenwood credits.
I can't imagine the internet outrage of that.
Oh, it's there.
I can't even imagine.
Brian, there's outrage on the internet?
In certain circles.
What?
You can find it. It's there.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big Star Wars fan. You never see that.
I think Ready Player One gave more credit to Gary Gygax than...
really.
I think it did, yes.
Was this better than Ready Player One?
The movie?
Yes. Ready Player One's almost impossible to make properly with all the references that they have in the book.
Yeah.
The movie was let down.
Yeah. Well, if Jeff and Jim are done, I would like to give my take on the D&D movie, but I want them to get all their stuff out. Oh, I got plenty more, baby.
Story time with Blake.
Plenty more, baby.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm allowed to speak now?
You got like 2 minutes.
All right, but don't drown me out with the story time for Blake music.
He already played it.
We're dedicating this podcast to the Dungeons and Dragons.
It is.
Low enough so I can speak over it.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. So anyways, as you're talking about the credits, not the credits, the trailers.
Uh-huh.
If you're, all right, here's the deal. Most of the entire movie is basically how many Dungeons and Dragon references can you make in a 2-hour period?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, they
lot.
were doing that, yes.
It was basically pump.
It was places, spells, creatures.
References, Easter eggs, all that kind of stuff. And it's basically almost to the point where it was overload, right? Yeah. Almost overloaded to the point where if you're not a D&D fan, you don't play D&D, probably 5-7/10 of that movie is completely lost on you. And so you're not a fan, you're not going to be able to drink it all in and say, oh yeah, I understand it an awful lot.
But do you need to be a fan to see it?
I don't think you do at all. And
you don't need to.
There are certain creatures out there that they put in that are, the gelatinous cube. Everybody who's played it has run across a gelatinous cube or whatnot.
If you never played D&D, you're like, what the fuck is that?
But they explain it, or,
they do.
It's a creature that's going to dissolve you if you get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Giggity.
They don't describe the displacer beast, but they kind of show what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. You know, that's chasing them throughout the arena. All right, so remember my major bitching point was never IP. You know, like for example, if Marvel's going to make a superhero movie and they're like, and we're going to make a movie with completely new characters that you guys don't know, which is like, what the fuck is what they did for the first 3 Dungeons and Dragons movies. Mm-hmm. So they did do IP in here. For example, there is a Zastam, which is easy because he's like D&D lore. From Red Wizards of Thay. You guys avoided him when he was driving the pickup truck and you jumped forward in the lane.
Yes.
That's what you guys did. Yeah, Brian and Jason. You know, but you know,
we
Red
ran
Wizards
into the
of
Jello
Thay,
cube, though.
you know, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, with the one D&D with their big release of Red Wizards of Thay, they're waiting to cash in on this, essentially because of the movie. And basically it was like, how much IP can we dump into this film without having any major characters other than whatever, just dump. It's just a fucking...
It's me throughout the day.
Again, yeah, exactly.
Elminster, it kind of...
Well, Simon's character's last name is Elminster's last name. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to catch that if you're not a hardcore fan.
No, but...
but
they do describe that.
Simon's the sorcerer, yeah.
Well, wasn't when he was trying to attune, wasn't that Elminster coming to him?
No, that was himself. That was his granddaddy, but that wasn't Elminster.
Oh.
But anyways, so Edgin, the bard, who's actually more of a rogue who plays a ukulele.
He's not really a bard because he did not use magic.
Correct.
And that is a big sticking point on online argument.
There's a lot of
Brian again. People are arguing online.
That's
I don't believe it.
A lot of shit. Michelle Rodriguez's Holga was actually pretty funny. I liked her character. She's a female barbarian. It was pretty enjoyable. Simon and Doric and Hugh Grant's character. They're all decent characters, and they all played well off of each other. It's funny to the point where even if you don't understand the movie, you can still laugh because the jokes are good. But there's other things that are in there. Like I said, the laziest story writing that you can do. Right, the opening 20-30 minutes is basically. All right, the plot and the story and everything was basically how much can we cram into 2 hours, and I think that basically has an overload and plays an overall drag down on the plot where they spend 20-30 minutes basically explaining to you why you're there and what's going to happen in the movie because of what they've done in beforehand, in that. So it's kind of like lazy story writing, but you have to use that lazy story writing because you're going to try and cram another 2 hours into the next hour and 30 minutes. And then it was basically jumping from action scene, a little bit of talking, action scene, a little bit of talking. Well, we need this. Now we need that. Now we need to do this. Now we need to do that. And it's like action.
Would you rather have Peter Jackson make it 6 hours?
Well,
of walking.
It's basically putting an entire D&D campaign into a 2-hour movie.
But again, D&D campaign.
Oh, come on. That was like a module, not an entire campaign.
Totally,
that was like moving up one level. Well,
I didn't see them go up one level at all in this film.
They did at the end.
Yeah.
Just like our campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I guess so basically I would say as a D&D fan, I was like, I'll give it a B-. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
A B-?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Entertainment Weekly says B-.
I'm serious. There are a lot of people that are,
Well, I'll agree. B- is about where I'll give it, but not the Entertainment Weekly scale where B- means one of the worst movies ever possible.
I mean
X versus Severin.
remove all the D&D name dropping, right? And the drops and drops and drops of what everything is in there. And you really remove that, and you actually look at the plot and the storyline and all that kind of stuff. It's really not that great, to tell you the truth.
Is it better than Wheel of Time?
Not better than the books.
Is it
TV series?
Is it visually appeasing? Yeah. Were the special effects awesome? Yeah. I mean, it's great to look at. Like they relate. The best thing I saw is it's kind of like a Marvel superhero movie, except D&D fantasy, I guess is a good way to put it. But I would still say some of those Marvel movie storylines and plots in Marvel movies are better than what they had in the D&D because they tried to throw everything into 2 hours as much as possible. And I think that's an overload, and it killed the actual storyline.
Well, I look at it more as it's almost like a real campaign where a lot of people really don't give a shit about the role-playing aspect of it and just want the battles and the action scenes. A lot of people just want their big fights, encounters. So they kind of skip over some of the role-playing in it and then even when they're making their decisions, it is a lot like a group gets together. Like, so how are we going to do this? I don't know. Should we try this? I don't know.
Oh, this is an unconventional way of using this item. Let's do it.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Pretend it's 2001. 2000. Year 2000.
In the year
This movie came out.
2000.
You watched it.
000.
Would you go to Circuit City and buy the DVD of this?
I probably would.
I probably would, just because I'm a D&D fan.
Okay.
Which is why I think a lot of D&D fans are, ejaculating all over this movie because it's D&D. Brrr, ah. And I was like, no, hold on a second. It's still a decent movie.
Gross.
It's not that great of a movie. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great.
Put that on
It's
the movie
not
poster.
That's right. It's not a masterpiece.
This movie will
It's
make
not
you
good.
ejaculate
It's
all
not
over.
great.
No, seriously.
It's not a masterpiece.
Yeah, but seriously, well, hold on a second.
B
You know,
minus.
I know Jim is a fan of D&D. Jeff is a fan of D&D. I'm a fan of D&D. Patrick,
I enjoy certain aspects.
he enjoys certain aspects. Now, these guys played Frogger and they thought it was D&D.
Like 10 years.
But anyways,
We've
no,
been-
but seriously,
We beat it.
If
we
somebody-
beat Frogger so many times.
if somebody who doesn't do
Still call
role
it
playing
D&D.
games, if somebody who doesn't
Yeah.
do role playing games and doesn't understand D&D or doesn't know jack fucking shit about D&D, and you went to go see this movie, I don't think you would enjoy it as much.
Well, you're going to find
Honestly.
out when I go. I actually do want to see
on
it.
a serious level. On a serious note,
I really do
right?
want to see it.
All right.
It looks enjoyable.
It-
It looks
Apparently,
like
it'll make you
The
ejaculate.
trailers, yeah, exactly.
Bear Brings
Maybe
pants.
not you.
Don't put that on the movie
You make
poster.
Jason, he make it a half chub. I don't know.
I'm just
But as a
saying.
D&D fan, I read comments from D&D fans, and I've spoken to other D&D fans. They're like, so what'd you think before I went to go see the movie? And they're like, oh, it was great. Blah. And I'm like,
Time out.
okay.
Who are you talking to, like a
This is
3-year-old?
No.
What do you think, little Johnny? It's great.
But probably one of the most honest ones I got was actually from Mikael Liel. And he's like, it's not great, but it's decent. And so I'm like, okay. But you watch these trailers, you got Led Zeppelin, Hammer of the Gods, and everything else. I'm like, okay, this is good. And then I just felt like it was, how many D&D name drops can we drop in a 2-hour period? Drop.
It's kind of like Suicide Squad, where they just like, hey, there's this character, and now we have to kill them. Because
Pretty much,
we don't
yeah,
have time to
yeah,
explain.
pretty much. I mean, they do a little bit of the story tropes of the bad guy and the bad. There's a twist, and this person is going to be bad. It's very obvious. I mean, some of the plot is
Is
very
Hugh Grant the bad
obvious.
guy?
I don't want to ruin it for you.
Not to
Jason.
ruin it, but yeah.
Is Divine Brown in it?
No.
Those are Jolly Rancher gummies.
They are good, man. But
Yes.
but overall,
Brian's had about 8,000 of them last year.
They are incredible.
Sour
I think
ones over
Blake's
here,
big
too.
problem is he went in with too high of expectations.
no, I tampered my expectations based upon.
He sat there in the
I
room
go in
listening
with
to Led Zeppelin
thinking
for
these
24
movies are all
hours.
going to suck.
I wanted Hammer of the Gods, man. Come on.
I
wanted some Misty Mountain Hop.
Thor already took Led Zeppelin for its movie, they
as a
weren't going to-
non-D&D fan, because I've learned that we're Frogger fans, I will say that I'm looking forward to this because I feel like it looks enjoyable enough that I don't need to be a DM fan.
You are correct to an extent, but
Okay.
I mean,
Thanks
Yeah,
for
but-
telling me I'm correct.
Almost. Yeah,
Somewhat.
Hey, Brian.
it
Slightly.
is,
Brian, I really like you. You're an asshole.
yeah.
it is a fun action comedy adventure.
Okay.
If you're looking for something deep, it's not there.
There you go. There's your D&D review. This episode is sponsored by Skyline and D&D.
Yeah,
Your next campaign, go to Skyline.
Yeah, and you're right. There are some tropes that they have.
Conquer all of the cheese conies you possibly can.
Yeah,
That's right.
There are some tropes in there, like barbarians tropes, the paladin tropes with Zank, that are funny that you may not get fully if you're not a fan of
That's okay.
the D&D
I'll take a
genre.
chance.
You wouldn't understand some of those jokes. But the role playing that I seen come through was probably when they had the Speak with Dead amulet.
Yeah.
And they're going through the old battleground scene. They're trying to find where the helmet went, which is another MacGuffin throughout the movie. And so that's kind of funny. The first time they do it and they're having a discussion, which would be like at the table. Well, what do we ask them? Well, do we ask them that? They're like, question 1. Don't know. That wasn't our question. Yeah, exactly. It was pretty funny.
Brian,
Jason,
since they just talked 45 minutes about D&D,
you know what's next?
what's next?
Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Hold on a second.
I was going to say Creed 3 talk.
Yeah, hold on a
Your
second.
arms wide open. Oh wait,
I saw it this
Creed,
week.
sorry.
It was
Oh,
fan-
yes.
it was good.
Yeah.
Can I talk some of the previews that they had in D&D?
Okay,
which I
what
will make it
previews?
really quick. Well, the Fast 10.
Yeah.
Brian will rub his nipples.
Jason
and,
Momoa.
and he'll sport a half
Time
chub.
out. Is this the first movie with Jason Momoa in it?
Yes.
Fast-
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
In the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a few other movies.
Yeah, correct. If you're
Is he a
Aquaman.
new guy?
yeah.
What?
If you're a Fast fan, you're gonna exactly rub your nipples and sport a chub. But
I
that's
mean,
right.
I typically
Will it
don't
make
do
me
that,
ejaculate?
but
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're a Fast 10 fan, yeah.
What's the other
Fast
ones?
Furious fan. Something I had real difficult with.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
Yes.
movie?
Yes.
Was the animation difficult to look at?
No, I thought it looked great. I was very
Really?
invested into wanting to see it. It's completely different style than like
Completely
your
different style of animation.
your
And
afternoon cartoon that you got in the 90s.
I found it difficult to watch.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I was the same way, like with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one, and like, oh, this animation, and then you get like 20 minutes into it, it's like, oh, this is really fits the movie.
Well, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie animation really threw me off, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I can watch
wait,
this.
they're not real turtles.
It is.
Well, they are.
They're the ones from East Palestine.
Yes.
Allegedly.
If you've seen the East
That was
Babylon
quick.
be
Everybody's fine, okay? They took tests.
except those CDC employees who are now sick.
To be fair, they had
But
COVID
only
going
briefly.
into it.
You know,
But only briefly.
everybody's pets who died.
To be fair,
They're going to die eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Exactly.
they just sped up the process.
have you seen The Last of Us? Have you seen, sorry, Chernobyl? They had to do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so wrestling, Brian.
Yes.
Twitter Pro of the Week. What was your favorite WrestleMania 39 match? At Bad Ideas Podcast. You can follow us. We had Reigns versus Rhodes.
You didn't even put the best match on there.
Shut up. KO Zayn, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos. Ripley versus Flair. And Logan Paul versus Rollins.
Henry Rollins?
Yes, Henry, that would have been a great
I would
match.
have watched that.
Henry Rollins would have shot a shoot on him. He would not have held back.
Only if it were a real celebrity death match would I have watched that.
Winning, or I'm sorry, in last place, Logan Paul, or actually last place was Reigns versus Rhodes. It's because everybody was mad that Reigns won.
Probably because they've seen that match happen
20
20 times over the last 10
I am
years.
shocked that Reigns had help outside the ring. That helped.
What? Somebody cheated?
I know.
Oh fuck! I can't. I don't. Glad I didn't
For
watch
one
it.
of the first few times, it felt like they were gonna change.
Yes.
Like
yes.
they were building for the change.
Yes.
You kind of felt it coming.
Yeah.
And then
Wrong.
right.
But
Damn right I did.
he's got to
Right.
hit 1,000 days. Why? He just does. Does that
Like,
count? No.
I don't know. That was very. I was just the ending was for the build up. It was very.
So here's the best
disappointing.
part. So it was a long weekend, so I was watching it, and I fell asleep right before the main event on Sunday, and I woke up.
So is that good?
Yes, and I woke up, and it was a press conference of Triple H. I'm like, oh, and they're talking about Roman Reigns winning, and the story continued. I was like, well, I guess I don't have to go back and watch that.
Blake, did you fall asleep during
first-
the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
No.
The first 30
He should have, but I liked
minutes
it more.
of that match
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah.
The match itself was incredible, but the finish was terrible.
In third place, Logan Paul versus Henry Rollins at 6%. Logan Paul, horrible human being. No allegedly about that. But he can wrestle. He does a good job with wrestling.
Oh, he is athletic.
Yes.
Is he better than Snoop?
We'll get to that.
That was horrible.
That was awesome.
Yeah, what was
So-
that? I saw that in the
So
news.
that
awesome.
was completely off the cuff
So
and,
time out.
and ad libbed.
The
So, it was-
Miz was the host of WrestleMania
Yeah, 'cause
with
it's-
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's Hollywood, Mrs. Hollywood.
I will say Miz.
Cleveland.
I actually wanted Miz out there more. I thought he did a good job.
He's no hunk.
He is no Hollywood. Hunk.
Let's go, hunk.
So
Let's go hunk. Let's go hunk.
So Snoop Dogg introduces for 2 nights in a row somebody to beat up the Miz, and the first night was Pat McAfee.
And George Kittle from the
Oh
49ers.
yeah, George Kittle was there. That's right.
Yeah.
Second night he brings out Shane McMahon.
Of course, it wouldn't be WrestleMania without Shano.
Why is Shane there?
I mean,
I
maybe
guess his dad forgave him.
I
They had
mean,
to try
I would
and sell
never
them
forgive
to
my
the UCF
father
somehow.
if he dyed his hair like that.
They had to try and sell them to the UCF somehow.
Yes. Yes.
UFC?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
What's UCF?
They sell them to Central Florida.
Central Florida.
They have a national championship.
So Shane O'Mac comes out, gets his punches in that look like the worst punches I've ever seen in my life. He's like 50-something years old, owner's son, soon be ex-owner's son. And then he throws the Miz into the ropes, does a leapfrog, which is jumping over the guy.
That's where leapfrog is.
Well, for people
Well,
that
we
don't
learned
know,
that playing Frogger.
I mean Dungeons and Dragons.
people don't know.
Yes.
Jim. He comes down.
Does everybody here who really doesn't follow wrestling know what a leapfrog is?
I do not. What is that?
Isn't that where you like get bounced off the rope?
Shut up, D&D.
Your buddy
Anyways.
bends over, and then your buddy like leapfrogs over you on the back.
So Shane O'Mac comes down, and what happens, Brian?
In true McMahon fashion, blows out a quad.
I couldn't stop watching. I couldn't.
He lands, and then you just see him like crumble, and he just like the Miz and Snoop are just kind of like, and then Snoop like off the cuff.
The referee did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Snoop off the cuff like
Punches the Miz.
punches the Miz, lays him out, and like finishes the fight.
Finishes off.
without having to like no awkward like weird like pauses or anything like that. He just like kept it going.
So you're saying Snoop is a bona fide improvisational
Yes.
actor slash wrestler?
It was, again, he finished it off with no like things, but it looked horrible.
Him going against the ropes. He looked like the stiffest person ever. He doesn't even bend when he went against.
Obviously, we're not gonna get like
Correct.
Snoop isn't the most physically domineering character.
Well, it was funny.
his son. On the other hand,
If you go back, I showed it to my kids and my wife the next day because she's like, my wife's like, Snoop Dogg did something, and so I went back and showed her, and you can tell when Miz like tells Snoop,
him.
cover me, and it was awesome. Like watching it, he did it in a great way, but it was hilarious. But
I mean, he did get to drop a people's elbow.
he did.
drop-
But the best part is
when he pinned him, did he break out a blunt and light up?
no, he did.
No, but at the end of like
Did
what,
Snoop passed the drug test after the.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
like at the beginning
didn't
when
drug test
he
him.
and the Miz were out, like
Yeah.
announcing it.
Yeah, they're only looking for PEDs.
He like at the end of his like introduction, he said, "Let's light it up."
Yes.
that was how he like started WrestleMania every like both nights, like after he was done in the ring. So he got it in.
I will say I couldn't stop watching Shane O'Mac get injured because he would try to get up and then just crumple. And I watched it like 10 straight times. My oldest son came upstairs. He was going to bed. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm watching it on Twitter again. I can't stop watching it."
I know it's out there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
somebody has to have side by side footage of that and his dad doing it, and it has to be out there somewhere.
But see how good of a person Jason is. He likes to go back and watch people injure themselves.
Nope, just people that deserve it.
It was
Which
so
is-
great. I watched it over and over. This guy actually getting hurt.
Which is about 98% of people involved in wrestling deserve it.
Hey.
I gave you 2%.
Thank you. That's what she said. And
Don't even know what that means.
winning 59% to 35%. Ripley versus Flair beat out Kevin Owens and Zayn versus the Usos. Both great matches. I was actually shocked by Flair actually giving a damn.
Yeah, that was what I voted for. That was probably my favorite match of the weekend.
You knew she was mad because she was walking to the ring knowing that she was losing the championship, and you could just tell her face, like typical Charlotte Flair. And it's like, oh my god, she's going to just sandbag this.
Yeah, but she actually did.
Yeah. I think she's afraid of Ripley, to be honest.
I would be too.
She is amazing.
Yeah. She deserves to have the belt.
But after all this goodwill of WrestleMania, everything seems great. Triple H is running creative. Everything's going great. Great storylines. What could happen on Monday?
So how many years with Triple H running creative is Roman Reigns going to be the Universal or Heavyweight Champion?
He's not running creative much later. I think he's done.
Great.
Because
I
Monday
think
Night Raw,
He's getting a probably a huge payout.
$5 million is his payout. Is Triple H's payout from the sale?
That's
the
it?
sale. Yeah,
That seems like
That
Yeah.
seems not like
not
enough.
anywhere near enough.
yeah.
Nor is that enough for him to go start his own promotion.
So what was it? How many billion was it sold for?
35 and a half, I think.
I don't know. Did they announce it?
I don't know. That's your job.
I don't think they've officially announced. Yeah,
what would have been cool if Martha Stewart came out and helped Snoop
wrestle.
That would have rocked.
Yeah.
The only thing
Like she brought out like a crock pot.
The only thing that would have made it
smacked
good
over his head
is if Pete Rose came out and he got Tombstone pile drove again,
or tore his quads. So WWE sold to the UFC
So it
parent
says
company.
here, Endeavor.
Yeah.
Announced. This is from Endeavor's Twitter account yesterday. They announced that it signed an agreement to form a 21+ billion global live sports and entertainment company
with UFC
and WWE.
So UFC, I think, was valued at $12 billion yesterday. So that's probably about $9 billion there for WWE.
The weirdest thing was Vince McMahon showing up for the sale. Where was Vince?
Vince McMahon had the greatest mustache this side of Blazing Saddles.
Isn't it like Dastardly Doolittle, whatever?
Yes.
Pencil thin mustache?
Dastardly?
Yeah, Dirt Dastardly.
There was people on Twitter putting him in the M. Bison suit from Street Fighter. There's another one that they're like, sorry, I have to leave this interview because I have to go tie a woman to the railroad tracks.
Or was I saw? Yeah, like the he's got to go run through Rock Ridge.
Yes, from Blazing Saddles.
Got to go attack Rock Ridge.
And
Hedy Lamar.
Supposedly he was back in.
It's Hedy. It's Headley.
It's just a man and a horse being hung.
Yeah, they had WWE valued at $9.3 billion, not 33.5, like I said, which I thought that was the combined. So
Triple H. Here's 85 cents.
Yes.
So I wonder what Stephanie's share of that is, though. Hers has to be way higher.
Oh, yeah. I would think so. Well, and they said Vince McMahon basically was rewriting the whole script from Triple H last night. He was back in creative. Triple H started in the gorilla position, like where you say everything that's going on. And they said at the end of the night, Vince was there. Could you imagine? You need to leave, son. And I'm like, well, that was the first Raw I watched, like from beginning to end in years. I like catch clips and all that stuff, and it was the most awful show. I'm like, Brock's going to turn on him, isn't he? Oh, he just turned on Cody. Okay,
like I didn't actually watch Raw because I typically don't. I usually watch them after like the main events, like the big one, the big pay-per-views. But I just saw like the preview, and it was Cody and Lesnar, and I'm like, that's the dumbest thing ever.
Well, my thought was, oh my God, Lesnar hasn't wrestled on Raw since like early 2000s. And then I guess it came up like it was 2004 was his last match on Raw. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then it's like he turns on him before the match even starts. I was like, and the streak continues. Brock doesn't get paid to wrestle.
USA can't afford Brock.
Brock doesn't wrestle on basic cable. Give me burn notice.
Give me,
yes, please.
give me the Peacock money.
Yes,
I will watch Burn Notice 7 days of the week.
Give me Suits. I'm Megan. So
I was pleasantly surprised with overall. I thought Sheamus, McIntyre, and Gunther's match was incredible.
They turned their
that wasn't one of the ones we could have chose on the poll
because Twitter only gives us 4,
and that was one of the top 4 matches of the.
I think Henry Rollins being the shit out of Logan Paul is pretty good. He hit him with a guitar.
Big bottle of Prime.
Yes. Anyways, so there's your WWE. Great news though. Vince is back in charge of creative, even though he said he's not. We'll be fine. Back to great.
So what's next? SummerSlam?
Yeah,
I guess I'll wait.
Next, Backlash.
Oh yeah,
Saudi Arabia event.
I won't watch that either of those.
And then SummerSlam's the big one.
Yeah, I'll watch SummerSlam.
Well, it just depends how much they're going to be charging you guys for that.
As of now, they cannot change the pay-per-view schedule yet because they are locked into Peacock for 3 more years. They said after that they'll be expecting the UFC typical $79 pay-per-view.
At that point, they'll probably just create their own streaming network where you can subscribe like any of the other ones and then have access or whatever.
To UFC and
for
WWE.
$79 a month.
Yeah, no thanks.
A gallon of crude oil.
Good.
The only reason I have the WWE network now was because it was $5. I paid $20 for the whole year of Peacock. I was like, I can handle that. Peacock has The Office.
Psych.
Poker Face. That's about it. Real quick,
There's Yellowstone.
First 3 seasons.
They're not getting a new season of Yellowstone. Did you see that?
First 4 seasons.
Is it 4 now?
Yeah.
The back end of season 5, no one has showed up.
What about it?
They're all arguing over money. Kevin Costner is kind of being a dick. He only wants to work a week.
I don't blame him. I only want to work a week too.
Yes.
Why not?
And
So
supposedly
they haven't shown up.
So he wants to live his governor's job in real life.
Yes. He just fired half the cast.
Okay.
They were all supposed to show up for Paley Fest, and none of the main characters showed up. None of them.
Even Tyler Sheridan didn't.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
didn't.
Taylor.
None of them.
Pat did though. Pat showed up. Good job, Pat.
There. Yeah, thank you.
So it was like four four nobodies, basically, like just some like recurring characters, like but they were like the four.
Yeah.
But
they're the ones who are going to be central characters from here on out.
Yeah, because they have no one else.
But yeah, they were
Congratulations, you got promoted.
they were
all killed off.
Default.
They were supposed to have started filming the back half of season 5 at this point.
Yeah.
To air late summer, and
spoilers, they have not.
They have not started production at all.
Yeah, Rourke showed up. Danny Houston showed up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Say Angelica.
But in other news, the Matthew McConaughey spinoff is a go.
Yeah.
It's officially a done deal.
All right.
Takes place in 1944.
Yeah, where are they going to put that in at? What's it gonna be, like,
1944.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah, that's what they said. It takes place in
World War II?
I guess.
All right.
So how many scenes are they going to have with him and Rip riding around in the back of a truck?
Rip's not even alive yet. Time travel. You know how you fix it? Time travel. I like it.
They'll just show him in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With paddles.
Yeah.
Blake, you got some listener feedback there for us?
Sure do.
Go right ahead, sir. No, we can keep one.
Oh, we don't have to stop and double
did
check?
we want? No,
No, we're good.
Oh, freeze, cop, what? No.
No, we're good.
Save it. Save
Keep
it.
going, Blake.
Brad?
All right, Patrick, you know what sound that is?
I have no idea.
It's time for the bomb listener feedback, Patrick.
I thought you
listened.
I do.
Brought you us by.
Well, yeah, what's the sponsor, Patrick?
Hello, Jeff.
Hello. Well, that's a given.
True.
Brought to you by April Sanity, now that March Madness is over. All right.
Switch
Patrick.
your months on me. Can't do that.
And the letter P.
That's right. Patrick,
Blake.
we always start off with who?
Like an owl?
Ape hands.
Can't give yourself a nickname?
7.
Big D.
Chili Billy.
Sunny D.
The postman.
Sunny D now has vodka seltzers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad.
That's right. Formerly known as?
The worst person for bringing bullshit ice cream.
That's
Sunny
right.
Delight.
Exactly.
Not the worst person. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Like a top 5 worst person for
And
that.
he always delivers.
Oh,
twice.
he's the best person for bringing the worst.
He's the best
There you
person.
go.
It's the top
For the
deliverer
worst.
of the worst items that
That's right.
you have tried.
Doug.
Yes.
Yes.
Doug.
He's dug himself a hole.
Doug.
But oh shit, I got that.
We have
Hold on.
that.
I'm not on the right page.
Hold on.
There we go. There we
Several
go.
seconds later.
That's right.
There's the rim shot.
We've only done this 486 times. We'll get it soon.
I'm sorry, I was on the story time with Blake.
To be fair, the mixer was only 4 episodes.
Fair.
And to be fair, we actually have a power cord this week.
Oh, we do?
Cold.
Give yourself
We
a
didn't
rim.
even talk about that last
Give
week.
yourself,
so-
give yourself a rim shot. No, not a rim job. Give yourself a rim shot while you're at it.
Wieners and rim job.
Well, there you go, Doug. Hopefully that answers your question.
What else we got? For me, Alcott?
No.
I'm waiting for the bonk.
What?
The rim.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah. Thank you. Ex-Cowboys wideout Sam Hurd was released from prison after serving almost 10 years for drug trafficking. What team will sign him first?
Browns.
Houston Roughnecks.
That's XFL, baby. What are you going to say, Pat? Who do you think?
I have no idea.
Somebody in the
Mean
XFL.
Machine? Oh, is that who he? That's who he played for the
played
last
for-
10 years.
Yeah, he played for the Mean Machine in prison.
Okay.
Yes. They did beat the prison guards.
There
They
you
did.
go.
Right after the prison guards beat them.
Yes.
Literally.
Literally.
I'm going to say the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh.
I don't know why, but
I'm going the Browns.
I think I'm going to be the
our-
closest.
Our roster's stuck with, Well, never mind.
Yeah. Is there another pro league that's lower than the XFL?
USFL.
Well, the Browns
Somewhere
did just
there.
lose a receiver for the season yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yeah, our 6th round pick from 2 years ago. This will be what is?
Where'd he go?
Woods.
Yeah,
he was-
second round.
He just left.
Season in a row where
He
he's
was
injured.
training with Deshaun Watson and ruptured an Achilles.
Oh, well, Deshaun Watson should massage it back to health.
Why is he out for the season?
This
He-
is
he-
Achilles.
he
An
doesn't-
Achilles injury takes, 3 months at most to recover
He does
from?
not have the same healing properties that you do, Jeff.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
I don't. Ruptured my Achilles in December. I was on the field in April.
He doesn't have.
Didn't lose a step.
That's right. He doesn't have Patrick's dad. Okay.
Well, don't listen to Patrick's dad.
Well, I will recommend that Mr. Wood eat a lot of conies every day.
He told us.
They'll be more stretchy if you
That's
eat
right.
conies every day.
Dad, I'm going to 1,000 conies. You're going to die.
I don't recommend that.
Your Achilles will be more stretchy and it won't rupture next time.
That's right. What else we got here, Blake?
Do we have any chimes on the sound effects?
Oh, probably somewhere. Let's see. Is that a chime?
That's cheering.
Let's press every button and see what it
Cash
sounds like.
register? Is that close enough?
No.
I think you have music. Go to the end.
Sand trombone?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good one.
Oh, that'll be me.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, Patrick, we're going to go to a higher level. We're going to enlighten ourselves on a plane of knowledge.
Is it Snoop Dogg's Soul Plane?
Meow
The best-
God.
the best plane.
Meow God. Meow God. Doesn't give us advice, but he's asking us for advice.
What is he asking for?
What is the best snack?
Cheese conies?
We'll let Pat answer this first.
Pat?
Since he is a...
The best snack.
Tough call.
It is a tough call.
Let's think about it.
Gonna go ahead and eliminate ranch ice cream from that conversation
Please do.
immediately.
Please do.
Well, that's a given.
Yes.
I think the first question you have to ask is, do you want a sweet snack or a salty snack?
Or both.
I think pretzels is the answer.
Chocolate covered
Chocolate
pretzels.
covered pretzels.
Or pretzel M&Ms that are both chocolate covered pretzels and M&Ms at the same time.
No.
Jolly Rancher gummies.
Oh, those are good.
you can go with peanut butter, Little Debbie peanut butter bars.
Oh.
When you can find them.
Peanut butter crunch bars.
Peanut butter crunch bars.
I'm going Snyder's Hanover pretzels.
Any
Covered in
particular
chocolate.
flavor?
What's that?
Any particular flavor?
They used to have an Oktoberfest one, which was amazing.
Pretzel
the big
flavor?
thick ones. The big thick ones.
Like, you know how they have
I like the old style.
The old style is good. I don't have a problem with that. But the Oktoberfest, and they had a spring one too, and the spring one was perfection.
I feel I need to be loyal to Pez,
Oh, it's a good call.
although I would say probably M&M's.
What's your
Blake?
favorite Pez dispenser?
That I own or that exists?
That you either or.
I actually have no clue.
The alien one that spits out the Pez.
They all
The
spit
little-
out Pez.
That has
Oh,
mouth.
yeah,
we
that's
don't have
not a
that
real one.
We don't have that one.
I'm going to go with the Undertaker Pez dispenser.
Oh, that is a good one. Blake, what's your snack?
Beer.
Oh, okay.
Beer cheese?
Beer.
Cheese on cheese on cheese?
Yes.
3 weeks away.
In beer.
What else we got here, Blake?
From next, we have from Blake Bot at BlakeBot19. Why won't human Blake acknowledge me? Do I embarrass our one and only original leader? I'm going to take Elon Musk's advice. We really need to put a 6-week stop on artificial intelligence. Although I'm not sure BlakeBot is artificial intelligence.
Well, if it takes after
But
the
it
use
could be
bills.
the
it's
dooming of
artificial.
mankind.
It's artificial.
All your Blake are belong to us.
Well, there's at least 18 more because this is 19.
Oh, my goodness.
They actually have a show on Twitch. He's a stand-up comedian. He has 18 friends that come by. It's fine. Number one show.
I am scared. Next from Steve.
But I have a question involving like AI and everything, Blake.
Yes.
Are you going to use the chat AI thing for your gaming, being a DM?
No, because I'm too cheap because I don't want to pay for any of the shit.
Okay.
What else you
But
got?
just use chatbot.
Yeah,
Just use chatbot for what?
To write your anything. Like
to write your
campaign.
your
Your
campaign.
frog- I already
campaign,
got it.
But I mean, for like your tavern questions, when you use that for your NPCs.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever dialogue or
Yeah.
speech you need from the bad guy when he's monologuing, get chatbot to write it for you.
There you go. All right, I'll get chatbots to do it, or I'll just tap into BlakeBot. What the hell?
He's going to acknowledge BlakeBot. Nice.
From Steve at EILFM.
Everything I learned from movies.
It's not a radio dial.
Do we have a promo code from Steven Izzy still?
HobiePod. You save 20% when you go to Izzy on Etsy. It's at Untidy Venus.
Okay. I didn't know if that
You
was still
say-
active or not.
I'm not going to say that. Never.
That's after she marks it up 25%.
Only for Hobie.
Yes.
Did you know that Knott's Berry Farm is better than Disney World?
Find that hard to believe.
I have heard the rides at Knott's Berry Farm are far superior.
One, they have rides. According to Doug, Disney doesn't even have rides, so I don't know why anybody would want to go there.
It's true.
The only reason to go to an amusement park is for the rides.
What about attractions?
The hotels near Knott's Berry Farm are top notch as well.
They have good hotels at Disney.
Doesn't Knott's Berry Farm have like cat houses at their hotels?
They do.
Kitty City!
In vibrating beds.
They have their own Kitty City.
Shut up.
Sorry.
And it's not tainted by Avatar Land.
Ugh. Enough of that.
So yes, Steve, we did know that.
What else you got here?
From Brian Owl.
Canadian
of the Year shows up.
Yep.
Finally. In Houston, a podcast was being recorded at a bar when a car
Hey, that rhymed.
smashed through the window directly behind the hosts. Would you guys have been able to continue recording the podcast if that happened to you? If so, what would the title of the episode be?
So my first question is, did this podcast continue recording
Yes.
if that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty cool video.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Pat.
the video was, that was kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Watching that car just barrel through the windows.
About as
there.
bad as Shane McMahon tearing his quads.
I believe if we recorded that podcast, it would be titled "The Day Pierce Quit His Job."
If you drove through the bar?
Yeah.
All the times that we recorded at Dana Gardens on site, I was waiting to be,
Shot?
No. I was
Fall through the floor?
Well, that was on my way there.
Offered
I'm saying
drugs?
when I was there at Dana Gardens recording, I was waiting to be accosted by co-eds, but that never happened.
Jim accosted you.
I'm not a co-ed.
Oh. I would say the title of the episode would be Hit and Run. I think.
I would say the title of the episode would be "How the fuck did that car run through your basement?"
How did that get here?
Yeah, we don't have any windows in here.
Magic. Pat's checking, making sure there's no drive-throughs.
He's making sure there's no windows either. That's right.
There's a drive-through.
Would he hit the neighbor mowing the grass first or us first?
So that would be Doctor Number One.
He hit Andrew?
Probably.
Yes.
That's why when we park out front, we kind of like create a barrier, artificial barrier.
Doctor Number One puts those spike strips down, so it's fine. It's fine. It's
Need
fine.
for speed.
But he was the one who would do it.
Well, yes.
If someone was going to come through the windows of the Bob studio,
doesn't
it
have-
would be Doctor Number
He
One.
doesn't have a car, though. It's a riding lawnmower.
Which is scarier.
So
or
you
a
would hear-
Segway.
Hey, you would hear him coming.
Yeah, but you at least cut my yard in the process. So that's okay. What else you got?
But he would do it uneven, and that would just piss you off.
That probably would.
Because then you'd have to go out and fix
redo
it.
Why? I would never do that.
Your OCD would not allow
No,
your yard to be half cut. And
Be fine. Be fine.
I know what I'm going to do next week.
Cut my grass?
Nope. Not all of it.
Cut
Just
half your grass in no particular rhyme or reason order.
Be
You
fine.
know what you should really start doing is every week bring a pocket full of grass seed and just spread it in different parts of his yard.
So it spurts up.
By grass seed, you mean weeds?
Or weed.
No, those are only available outside of Dana Gardens.
What else you got, Blake?
Speaking of stalkers, Professor Number One and Dr. Number One, Patrick, says, for future podcast episodes, would you try any other ice cream with salad dressing flavors?
Yes, I'm dumb enough to.
I would, because one ranch is probably one of the worst salad dressing flavors out there.
So you're saying it can only get better?
Thousand Island, you think that would be better?
That's one I would try, yes.
Do like
French?
Thousand Island.
Dip a Big
French
Mac in
ice cream?
Thousand Island ice cream for sure.
Oh,
Not French vanilla. French.
So, speaking of going back to what he just said, I did share with you all the TikTok video of the lady trying the ranch ice cream
yes.
on pizza.
Yes.
Oh, God.
That did not look good to me.
Well, ranch on pizza is terrible to begin with.
But
Where'd you get the
Ice
idea
cream.
from? Listening to our podcast last week?
If she did, she didn't give us credit.
Nobody ever does.
So
No one ever does.
She was very, very excited about that ice cream.
I feel like ice cream on any pizza would be awful.
unless if it was an ice cream pizza.
Ooh.
Like if it was like a dessert pizza.
Yeah.
I bet she was paid by Valley Ranch or whatever.
Well, how come they didn't pay us, those assholes?
They owe us.
They paid Doug.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, Doug.
That's the scam.
That's the scam.
Italian.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese, and I've seen people make blue cheese ice cream on cooking
Yeah,
shows.
you talked about that.
Yeah.
About that last one.
I would dip a chicken wing in that.
For sure.
I wouldn't.
But not ranch ice cream.
No.
A super spicy hot chicken wing.
What is the I'm trying to think, there's like
Caesar.
French, but there's like a different level of it that's much better than normal.
Catalina.
Yes.
I am Catalina French.
That is ice cream I think would be pretty awesome.
That could.
I went to the Catalina with my yacht. Catalina French.
Catalina Wine Fest.
Yes.
I don't think balsamic would go over so well.
Probably not.
Nah, no.
Caesar probably wouldn't go over so well.
You don't think the anchovy taste would go good in ice cream?
I really don't.
Anchovy ice cream would not be better either. Though I'm certain it exists. Anchovy ice cream. Probably exists, but
Not so good.
no.
Maybe like a raspberry vinaigrette.
Ooh.
But a poppy seed.
As long as you don't have any drug tests coming up, I think you'd be fine.
That's right. I like the raspberry vinaigrette.
So if somebody wants to make a raspberry
Yes.
vinaigrette ice cream, we will try it on air.
Yes.
Christian, we're looking at you.
Jeff, give me some news of the geek here.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
What did the flashy green button do when you hit it?
It played the music, News of the Geek music.
Oh, cool.
Those of us with headphones.
If you bring headphones in, you can listen too.
For comicbookmovie.com, where Pat gets all of his news from, DC Studios hasn't quite broken the internet. DC Studios hasn't quite broken the internet, James Gunn and Peter Safran have certainly gotten everyone talking about their ambitious plans.
I'm just wild about saffron. Saffron's wild about me.
It all kicks off with Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, with only half of that slate revealed. More news is coming out. Gunn has made it clear that actors will be required to play their characters across all mediums, including film, television, animation, and even video games. Above the lines,
Man,
Jeff
they're locking
Snyder,
you in, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's what it says. Says he reveals.
So that way, people like Ross Marquand won't get the job of doing like the voices in video games and animation.
Correct.
They are taking a lot of jobs away from people, from voice actors who have been doing this for years.
Quote, because of that 8 to 10 year plan, talent is being asked to sign 10-year deals that cover both film and television. It's a huge commitment, unquote, especially for a franchise that has delivered more misses than hits. What are you talking about? Shazam is doing awesome.
So no Mark Hamill doing the Joker anymore?
Nope.
Unless they get him to be the live action Joker.
That's fine. Change approved. While Gunn's work does speak for itself, actors signing a 10-year deal effectively trapping themselves into the shared universe is a big risk. The site's report also mentions that gaming and even theme park rides are a priority for DC Studios. Oh my God, Brandon Routh, you signed a 10-year deal. You have to ride this ride. No!
I don't think that means they have to ride it, but they have to, have their voice and likeness used in the attraction.
Oh, I thought they had to ride it.
So you have to sit there and say, "Welcome back, riders. How was your ride?" The whole time for 10 years straight.
Everybody, hold on tight.
Reminder: keep your hands in the car.
Can't you just tape this and play it over? Do I have to stand here?
I mean, this is kind of two-sided, where like this could suck for DC. Like if they sign these people into these deals and the movies flop, they don't have any kind of like what they can't reboot it. Like
Correct.
2 or 3 years, like they just have to keep
Oh,
turning.
they
shit out.
probably have the right to.
My God, we're
scrap
stuck
you
with
whenever
Ezra
they
Miller
want.
for 10 years.
That's never been
He's-
bad.
He's due to go to jail anytime now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but just think how cool that jail breakout scene will be when we film it.
I don't think they'll sign The Rock to a 10-year deal.
I have a feeling that they won't.
Moana, live action.
Live action's coming.
Yeah. Why?
What can
Why
I
not?
say except no thank you?
Yeah, that looks...
So is The Rock going to play Maui in it?
Yeah. Yep, he announced it. Blue Beetle, one of the last DC films from this old guard, they just released the trailer. Actually looks enjoyable.
I'm still waiting for Batgirl.
I saw it was like if Peter Parker discovered Iron Man, Spider-Man
Yes.
costume from space.
Yeah.
Is
It looks
the
enjoyable.
kid from Cobra Kai and Blue Beetle?
I think he is.
Is
I think he is the main
I think
star.
it's him. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
Same
enjoyable.
hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so. It's glorious.
Glorious. Let's see here.
Bobby Roode.
Yes. Per comicbookmovie.com, where Brian gets all his news from, a reboot of the classic sci-fi horror drama series, The X-Files, is said to have come close to development several times over the past few years. The original series creator, Chris Carter, has now claimed that a new show based on the popular property is in the works with Ryan Coogler on board. During an interview with On the Coast with Gloria Malenko,
Macarenko.
Carter revealed that the Black Panther...
See, that's all you had to do pronounce it, Jason, instead of going, Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko's on the breaking news with entertainment. You would not expect Dean Malenko with entertainment news. That was exciting. Revealed that the Black Panther of Wakanda Forever director is set to remount. That's very interesting.
Very nice.
That is
Remount.
interesting use of word.
The X-Files. Quote, I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler. I like how she's like, I just spoke to a young man that has never done anything. I directed Black Panther.
I didn't really get young.
I mean, this is after she remounted him.
That's true.
Mounting.
Who is oh my gosh, she says it again. I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler, who is going to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast. Stop saying remount. So he's got his work cut out for him because we've covered so much territory. Thanks, Gloria.
Well, that was
You
actually
could
from
just-
Carter, not Gloria
sorry.
Macarenko.
You can make up whatever you want. It's a fictional world.
No!
We got to bring back Cigarette Man.
Yeah, but then if they made up whatever they want, they'd have to spend a half an hour explaining it and then try and cram 2 hours of movie into it.
And then Blake's going to be bitching about it.
Then name drop as much X-Files
I don't understand
references as possible.
I don't understand the pilot.
Into it.
The pilot's so bad.
But if you're going to reboot it, are they going to like
Jesus.
recast Mulder and Scully, or
No, they're just
start
bring
off
them
with
back.
Bring new characters.
They are remounting it, so it
Start new
probably means
characters.
that they're
gonna
not going
remount
It's
to.
a 10-minute
remount
long
Mulder and
movie
Scully?
on websites you probably only want to look at when you're in incognito.
Tubi.
Exactly.
What I find so egregious about this
so I can use
paragraph,
my I'm Jason Brigger account.
Yes.
Okay.
what is so egregious about this paragraph is that they don't refer to Ryan Coogler as the producer of Creeds 1 through 3.
He also did Fruitvale Station, right?
He has done quite a few things with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh. Did he remount him?
Is he remounting Michael B. Jordan in the X-Files?
Maybe he could play Duchovny.
He can play Mueller or Scudley.
He can't play David Duchovny. David Duchovny was a white guy. I'm going to go on Twitter and bitch. How dare they? How dare they? I bet you they're going to make they're going to make Mulder a woman again.
He's going to play Foxy Mulder.
Ooh, Foxy.
Let's see here, and
Were you just lazy this week and just went to comicbookmovie.com and that was it?
Because the next story is from comicbookmovie.com.
yes, I noticed that.
Because none of us have sent in stories to you.
I'll be honest,
I'm just asking. I don't care.
It's all intern fax machine.
It's where I get all of my news.
PerComicBookMovie.com.
This is what happens when you start using AI to provide you with all
this
your
whole
stories.
outline was made by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So
I have gotten several wonderful stories out of ChatGPT. It's an amazing thing.
Okay.
I love it.
Per Comic Book Movie, where Jeff gets all of his news from, the underperformance of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and standalone adventures Solo, a Star Wars story, led to Disney Lucasfilm scaling back on big screen adventures in the galaxy far, far away.
They only stuck with things like Rogue One.
But it's beginning to sound like the studio is finally getting its act together. Are they? We were expecting to learn more about Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's mysterious project, which recently lost Damon Lindelof and gained Stephen Knight next month at Star Wars Celebration London. But Jeff Snyder has heard that we'll actually be getting 3 Star Wars movie announcements at the event.
Wow.
Ooh. What 3 movies?
Doesn't matter. They'll all be canceled. If we had to hazard a guess, we'll say 2 of the films are Takai
Waititi.
Thank you. And Sean Levy have lined up, but with the latter being busy working on Deadpool 3, there's a chance Lucasfilm will unveil a brand new project we haven't heard anything about.
What happened to the Benioff Weiss?
They left too.
Oh.
Are they going back to Game of Thrones?
Plot details are being tightly guarded.
Now that we lost Star Wars.
There's rumblings that at least one of these movies will focus on a character or characters from the sequel trilogy. Rey seems to be the prevailing theory, but we also could see Finn. Not going to happen.
Nope, it's Rose.
And Poe Dameron back in action. Snyder has also heard the planned Indiana Jones Ravenwood spin-off TV series has been scrapped because Disney has told Lucasfilm to keep its focus on Star Wars going forward.
Stay focused.
Stay on target.
Heaven forbid you do have a second property that you...
Well, finish the last sentence. Why are they telling them to stay focused?
Because they always miss their shots.
Well, that too. And he believes this may have had something to do with Willow's recent cancellation.
Yes, because Willow.
Other than bad writing.
Yes.
And bad acting.
Bad plot.
What?
Bad directing.
Are you saying Warwick Davis is a bad actor?
No, everyone else is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the internet is abuzz about it.
Brian, I don't believe you.
It's on the internet. It's true.
And it's not April 1st.
It is not. Speaking of Indiana Jones, when I went to see John Wick 4, the trailer for Indiana Jones was in it.
Over.
That looks awful.
I didn't see it.
Did it have Led Zeppelin in it?
It did not.
It actually had the band Led Zeppelin in it.
It looked so dumb.
That's what it is. Indiana Jones just joins Led Zeppelin's band, and that's it. I did
hate to see that.
I did see John Wick this weekend.
You did?
The original.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you started the original. Okay.
You got to start at 1 before you get to 4.
I didn't know if he was starting backwards.
I mean, you'd be lost at 4 if you didn't see 1, right?
Yeah,
I started at 3, then did 4, then did 2, then 1.
What did you think of the original?
I enjoyed it. I think it has potential to be a good world building.
So you're saying now that they have 4 movies, it has potential.
It's got potential.
I'm just saying
That's
it's
right.
not like...
He can see where they would go with it.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was like this end-all great action film. I thought it was very well done, and I liked it a lot, but I think it's going to just get better as I keep going on. I started the second one. You have my car.
Yeah.
That's the part I'm at right now. So, how many Russians does he kill in all of them?
83.
That's in the first scene in the John Wick. I did not like the dog getting killed.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's
rough.
I don't like that.
But
I don't like that.
I mean, that's where he is born. That's where he gets drawn back into the life.
That's right.
I can watch Shane McMahon tearing quads, but don't fucking hurt a dog.
I can watch 85 humans die in 5 minutes, but that one dog.
Yeah, he's shooting everyone in the head. That's fine. Wait a minute. That dog got hurt? What the fuck?
Yeah. I actually also went back and started it again and started again and started watching it, and it had been like a year and a half since I'd seen the first one, and at the very beginning when he meets them at the gas station and the guy starts talking to him in Russian, and like he's just like some schmo that he doesn't know, and then he just like claps back at him in Russian,
yes,
and just drives off, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a good film. Like I enjoyed it a lot. I don't want to think I didn't. It's just I like the hotel.
Yeah, that's
You broke the rules.
Do you think that John Wick 1 is what caused Putin to invade Ukraine?
Yes.
I don't want to say yes, but it's quite possible.
Yeah,
it set off a chain of events that led us to where we are
that
today.
we can never stop.
It's the first domino.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Jeff, I think we have some plot lines this week.
We do.
From Rug Boy Lives.
Rug Boy.
Rug Boy.
What is that?
Wow,
that from
it's
Jack and
time
Rose?
to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Jim and Ryan and Blake and Pat.
What is plot lines, Jeff?
Oh, were we recording?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to the pause. We need to bring back our pauses so I can save this shit. I'm sorry.
What's the plot lines?
Plot lines is when someone gives us a title of a movie, and preferably the year it came out, and we try to guess the plot of the movie, and maybe someone who is starring in it. Although it looks like this week we are given the star, but we'll try to figure out the plot.
Yes, who's the star? What's the movie first off?
The movie is You Are Never Too Young to Die.
Okay.
Starring John Stamos.
I'm going to say it's starring John Stamos.
I would, just looking at this title, definitely a Stamos vehicle.
Okay. It's from 1986.
All right.
What's it about?
Oh, so this is John Stamos before Full House.
Before Cut It Out.
That was Dave Coulier?
Yes, it was.
And that was from the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cut It Out was around
Star
before
Search?
86.
No, it was from, what was his show on Nickelodeon?
Well, I forgot what that was called.
Remote Control.
No.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, okay. Pat, you're drinking Peepsy.
Oh, you were given a Peepsy.
I was given a Peepsy.
It is almost
Yeah,
Easter.
what do you think of it?
The Easter Bunny showed up early for you, Pat.
Oh, it did.
What do you think about it?
He's going back for seconds. It can't be that bad.
Can't be that good either.
He's trying to taste it again. He's got it over the tongue, the mouth. He's opening. He's breathing over his tongue. He's getting the full bouquet and flavors.
I mean, it is very on the marshmallow flavor. I will give it that, but I don't know why anyone would choose to drink that.
Because it's there.
I understand.
If you listen to our podcast,
I do.
Pat, look to your left because that's what you're drinking next.
Do not open that.
Sounds good.
No.
I'll be back next week. We'll drink the turkey gravy soda.
I mean, it would only be fair since his wife was the one that sent that to us.
Yes.
The turkey gravy, Jones?
She tried one, I thought she said.
I cannot confirm that, but I can ask her tonight when I get home. Mm-hmm. Or
I
before
was
then
not
at
told
any
that.
point.
She did not disclose that information to me.
Okay, what were we saying? You're never too young to die. What's it about?
It's a zombie film.
Okay.
Ooh, zombies. On the Titanic.
Oh.
After a screenplay written by Scab Jeff.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Blake, what are you thinking?
the young girl's story of becoming a woman.
It's good call.
A young woman's erotic.
She gets trapped
journey
on a
from
Titanic
Milan
and
to
has
Minsk.
some random guy paint her in a.
That's right. She meets a young John Stamos, who's a young James Bond, and they go on a sexual slash.
Have you seen this?
No, I was just saying. They go on a young sexual slash spy thriller.
Okay.
In pre-World War II England.
I'm going to guess
to take down Nazis
in this movie.
We're looking for the Holy Ark of the Covenant.
It's a current time movie for when it came out in '86, and John Stamos plays a gang member.
Oh, what does a gang member do?
Well, he's either selling drugs or trying to stop someone from selling drugs.
I think you're thinking of The Outsiders.
Oh, that's probably a ripoff of The Outsiders. I mean, I remember when John Stamos was on General Hospital. This fits right into character.
Okay.
I have John Stamos. He's not really so much in a gang type thing, but he's stealing cars, and it's pretty much kind of the Fast and Furious movies kind of ripped off this movie from John Stamos.
Oh.
And he drives
So
regular.
I was thinking that it might have been a ripoff or a prequel to Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay, I can go with that.
Well, I will tell you what
That
it
would be a
is.
prequel to Full House, where he gets a young woman pregnant. Oh, wait, hold on.
A spy's
coming of age story.
Several hours.
Spy?
A spy's son, John Stamos, inherits the case of a heavy metal he-she, Gene Simmons, out to foul the
You
city.
didn't tell me this was a Gene Simmons movie.
Out to foul the city water with a floppy disk.
I don't think
I don't
you can
believe you.
foul water with a floppy.
That is what it says.
I don't think anybody gets credit for this one.
Blake did say
I get
spy
partial.
son.
I said spy
Yeah.
thriller. Yeah.
Okay.
But no one mentioned Gene Simmons.
If they foul the water with a floppy disk, can you then play Microsoft Paint in it?
Yes, they painted it green.
I guess you put the floppy disk in the computer and it mixes your drinking water with your toilet water.
IMDb has a trailer and it is amazing.
I'll put it up here. I'll put it up.
All right, here's the actual summary. Oh god. A top secret agent is murdered, so his estranged son, a high school gymnast,
John Stamos?
Stay on target.
It's not Mitch Gaylord? I thought he'd get that role.
who teams up with his dad's attractive female partner
Happens to be Gene Simmons.
to stop the psychopathic hermaphroditic gang leader who killed him
Gang, I get gang.
Okay, no, that's
and
Gene
now
Simmons.
plans a major terrorist attack. Gene Simmons plays the character called Velvet Von Ragnar,
Oh, I'm so there.
who is a psychopathic gang leader, but is also a transgender person who prides himself on being both a man and a woman.
I don't know what to say.
This movie was way ahead of its time.
People would have been pissed if it came out now.
Yeah, because they didn't get a trans person to play Velvet Von Wagner.
Didn't they?
Yo,
Actually, yeah, good
I
point.
mean,
I don't know, but
one could argue.
but he always identified as a man.
Whoa, that
Did he?
So there's
The demon?
there's
Okay, he identified
Oh
as a
my God.
demon.
All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the rest of the
I just
cast.
watched Kiss Me Savannah of the Park the other week.
Is
Or at least
Shannon
highlights
is
of it.
Shannon Tweed in this movie?
I am getting to the cast right now.
This is where Gene Simmons met Shannon Tweed.
Probably.
Danya Deering, Drew Stargrove.
Ooh, Drew.
Stargrove.
Oh, hang on. I'm reading the characters' names.
Oh. No wonder they sound
Vanity,
from Prince's.
Yeah,
George Lazenby,
Oh,
James Bond.
I bet you he plays John Stamos'
He
dad.
must be the dad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yes.
I'll do it, but only for 10 minutes. Okay, you're going to die.
Peter Kwong,
Oh.
John Anderson, Robert England,
Freddy Krueger.
Tara Buckman,
Oh.
Nope, don't know that.
John Green,
John Green.
The author?
Yeah.
Tom Green.
It's his dad.
His older brother.
My bum is on your car.
Now I have to see how much money it made.
Okay, where is John Stamos in this movie?
He was the gymnast. Yeah, he was
He's the high school gymnast.
Oh, you didn't read his name.
His name is
John.
Lance Stargrove.
Lance Stargrove. How? I need to find this movie now.
I will find it for you.
Is it streaming anywhere, Brian?
It had a estimated budget of $3 million.
In '86, that's big.
You can find it on Tubi Tuesdays, maybe.
I want to say Rug Boy Lives.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing this movie into my life.
Let's give them a promo here for Jock and Nerd. Hit that button.
You ever wonder when Spider-Man goes to the bathroom if the toilet paper sticks to his fingers?
You ever wonder why Superman wears his underwear outside of his pants?
My name is Imran.
My name is Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we're your hosts for the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we sometimes try to attempt to answer these questions.
This is a full spoiler podcast, and we swear a lot.
Check it out for awesome geek news, interviews, and comic book reviews. Visit jockandnerd.com. We are your superhero TV, movies, and comic book culture curators.
Boom.
Jockandnerd.com. Jock and Nerd.
So that was from our friends at Jock and Nerd.
There you go.
According to the FAQ on IMDb, This movie has not been released on DVD.
Streaming.
But Laserdisc it was.
Oh, well.
Flopped on VHS.
Beta.
So it was released in
86.
Yes, in Germany.
Oh.
In July of 86 in Germany.
Big red carpet event in Germany.
Video premiered in the United States in January of 1987.
Huh.
All right.
Germany has never forgiven us for this.
That's why they sent us Uwe Boll.
Oh, damn you. Jeff, let's get some box office news here. I'll do the music. Hey, box office news. What do you got for this week?
Thanks for that music. Box office news from March 31st to April 2nd of 2023. Number one at the box office this weekend was Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. It made $38.5 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $150 million.
Not good, not great.
Will make you ejaculate.
Oh, wow.
Titles for the show?
I don't know how that isn't going to be the title.
Nope.
We'll find something clever. Wow. What I was going to say was I kept getting all the things in my newsfeed about how great the movie's doing, and then I was expecting more than $38.5 million.
What is it worldwide?
I'll find out.
It was about 50-something worldwide, I think, which was higher than they were expecting. They said there were certain markets that it surprised them. But, I mean, that's like $2 million from that country, $2 million from another country.
Yeah.
Well, half the people in this room thought it was going to be called Frogger, the movie. So that's probably why I didn't do so well.
Not half.
1/3.
Thank you.
Maybe Pat thought it was going to be Frogger, the movie.
Pat's almost done with his Peepsy.
I am almost done with my Peepsy.
B-. What else?
Coming in at number 2, John Wick Chapter 4 made $28 million, a total of $123 million on a $75 million budget.
So hold on. So if you go that opening weekend, $38.5 million on a budget of $150, I think it only goes down from there.
Well, the budget doesn't get smaller.
The budget doesn't get smaller, but I don't think next weekend is going to make $38.5 million.
You never know. They're hoping the word of mouth.
Oh, it's also Easter. So
well, I have a feeling with what's coming out, it's going to get crushed.
We'll
get there.
Awesome.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to get the word of mouth isn't good because Blake just shit all over it.
I gave
Story time with Blake didn't really tell us anything about this movie.
If you like to ejaculate, go see the movie.
There's a lot easier ways to do that, Jason.
No, you gotta go. You gotta go see the movie.
Is that the popcorn surprise?
Yes. Yes.
New flavor of the week.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Turn Pat's mic down a little bit.
Nope, don't touch that.
Coming in at number 3, His Only Son made $5.5 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
It's a religious film.
I assumed as much by the title.
Next.
I mean, maybe next week that'll have a better week.
It might, because it's Easter.
Harry's coming back.
His second son is the sequel.
Is it the Holy Spirit?
And coming in at number 4,
The Life of Brian.
Yes, that's what they should do.
Coming in at number 4, Shazam! Fury of the Gods made another $9.7 million, total of $46.3 million on a $125 million budget.
I don't think it's doing good.
I don't think it is.
This alone tells me that maybe Blue Beetle won't also do so well.
I don't think Blue Beetle has a $125 million budget, though.
Yeah, it only had a $95 million.
Yes.
Well, pretty much DC shit all over this movie before they put it out.
Yeah.
So,
And The Rock did too.
And Scream 6 comes in at number 5 with a $5.3 million take for a total of $98 million on a budget of $35 million.
Stop watching Scream.
Please.
But you'll ejaculate.
No, you won't.
Oh, sorry.
You'll just scream, but nothing will come out. Exactly.
Wow. Upcoming April 5th of 2023, we have the Super Mario Brothers movie.
It's me and Mario.
the story of the Super Mario Brothers on their journey through the Mushroom Kingdom. That really sells a lot, doesn't it?
So it's a psychedelic movie.
I don't know what's happening.
I do love the cast, though.
Yeah. It's so good.
So good. Because you got Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you'll see his abs in this, though.
Oh, maybe we'll see Mario.
You'll see his butt crack, though, because they're plumbers.
Then you have... Yep. Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Kevin Michael Richardson, Carrie Payton.
Gary Payton?
Carrie.
Kari.
From the
Kari.
Walking Dead lore.
Not from the 90s Supersonics?
Not from the Seattle Supersonics.
He's not the glove.
Okay, what else you got?
We also have On a Wing and a Prayer.
On a wing
I'm going under the assumption this is an Easter movie.
and a prayer.
I thought it was a John Bon Jovi.
After their pilot dies unexpectedly mid-flight, Doug White, Dennis Quaid, has to safely land a plane and save his entire family from insurmountable danger.
Spoilers, he doesn't. They die.
I was wrong. It doesn't
it?
sound like the Easter story to me.
Airplane 3, the movie.
What you say? Randy Quaid lands into an alien spaceship.
He's actually the one the pilot that died.
Yeah.
As Dennis Quaid and Roller Girl herself, Heather Graham, Jesse Metcalf.
Heather Graham spotting.
Jesse Metcalf.
Uh-huh.
Didn't this movie just come out with Gerard Butler?
It was called Plane. Totally different.
Okay.
Next year they're coming out with Boat.
They are doing a sequel to it.
Are they going to reboot Airport 77?
Yes.
And they'll have a movie called Cars.
I didn't see the first
Train.
76 airport movies.
Well, since we're talking about flying and airports and everything, I guess that's what this next movie is about. Air.
No, it's not.
No.
Oh.
Looks good, though.
Follows the history of shoe salesman Sonny Vaccaro and how he led Nike in its pursuit of the greatest athlete in the history of basketball, LeBron James.
What?
I mean, Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
You know, if they got Michael B. Jordan to play Michael Jordan, that would have been a
So that's
steal.
the one thing. Like, I've seen this trailer 70 times.
Yeah.
And the movie it looks boring to me. But they have never once made they've never shown Michael Jordan.
Nope.
It's just his mom and his dad.
Yeah.
So like I'm curious if there's just like if he's actually him
CGI.
plays him. Yeah.
It's a CGI.
I don't even know if he's going to be in it
It's
at
a
all.
Muppet.
Right.
It's an AI.
It's
They
a
don't want to
Muppet.
put Michael Jordan in the trailer because then, everybody will be like, oh, he's in the movie. This is what he's going to do. And now they're
Damian Delano Young plays Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Oh, so he is in it.
All right. I don't need to see it.
There you go.
Before we
Spoilers.
get to top 5 real quick here, per TVLine.com.
That's where Jim gets all of his news.
Yes. The first season of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, it came out today that only 30% of Prime Video subscribers who started the drama finished it.
I didn't finish it.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I guess you can say I started it. I didn't finish the episode, so...
You didn't even get past one?
The first season cost $715 million.
to make?
Yes.
Good.
No, just to market.
I didn't know if that's what it cost, like for people to buy on Amazon Prime.
So
add that to the $2 billion that they paid the Tolkien family,
Yeah.
right?
Second season, they said they're going to try to do cost cutting, so it's all Muppets. All Muppets.
Well, we were going to do 9 rings for the humans, but we can only afford 6.
Animals playing one of the animal.
Pre or post ring.
I want an animal. I want a ring.
Gonzo's wearing the ring on his nose.
715 million.
Yeah.
To
make it feel good.
For one season?
Yeah.
How many episodes?
8.
They replaced Galadriel with Miss Piggy.
Is that $100 million a season?
It's more.
To be fair, it only
less.
feels
almost.
like $645 million, so you'll be fine.
It was a pretty TV series to look at. I mean, seriously.
I hope
it
so.
was, yeah, cinematography and it was pretty, but...
Yeah.
God, man.
Who thinks of these things?
The quote from Prime Video boss Jennifer Salke, quote, "This desire to paint the show as anything less than a success, it's not reflective of any conversation I'm having internally."
It's called denial.
Because
It ain't the river in Egypt.
the second season's currently in production, so it's not a failure. We're going.
They're stuck with
If you
it.
think losing $751 million is a failure, wait till we lose $1.5 billion.
Right.
We're going to double it next year.
Muppets made of gold. Okay, so top 5 this week. Top 5 is favorite baseball scenes in a film. Or favorite moments in a baseball movie. Or anything with baseball in film. Just
Anything that
pick
happens
something.
with baseball.
Yes.
Baseball. In honor of opening day this week.
Yes. Pat.
That's right.
You go first. You're a guest. What do you got for number 5?
Okay, number 5, I'm going to have to go with Harry Doyle's call of, forget the pitcher exactly, but when he says, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
That was Wild Thing.
Yep. Ricky Vaughn.
Ricky Vaughn.
Ricky Vaughn.
Right.
Ball 4.
Ball
Ball
8.
8. Ball 12. I don't know how they're laying off these close pitches.
Blake, number 5.
Number 5, 1060 West Addison. The address of the Blues Brothers.
Oh.
Which is
Wrigley-
actually
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field. That's right.
So they go to show up to arrest the Blues Brothers, and they're standing outside of Wrigley.
That's right.
Jeff, number 5.
Number 5 I have is when Jake Taylor calls his shot.
That's my number 5.
Good number 5.
Bunt by Jake Taylor in Major League.
Oh, it's the calling of the shot.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yes.
And then
You're
he got,
calling the bunt.
then he
I'm
got-
calling.
That's right. Then he got thrown at,
Yes.
and then he got back up,
Without dusting himself off.
called it
And
again.
called it again.
That's right.
Jim, number 5 for you.
I hobied this. Mm-hmm. These are all quotes from the same guy.
All Major League.
They're going to send me back to Omaha, and I don't even live there. Or, my mama always says it's better to eat shit than not eat at all. Or, hey, you know, Ricky, breaking up with a girlfriend can be a very painful thing, but it don't have to keep you down for long. I mean, let me tell you some of my own personal experience. I've never had a regular girlfriend like you, but I did get kicked in the balls once by a mule. Now I thought I would be hurting for the rest of my life. But you know what happened the very next week? My mama died. Hell, after that, I didn't care no more about my balls hurting. You see what I'm getting at?
Who are they by?
Rube Baker.
There you go.
I didn't want you to say anything because that's another one of my quote. My number 5 is another Rube Baker.
Okay.
You're standing on the train or on the tracks and the train's coming through, butthead.
Number 4 for you, Brian.
I've never heard of half of these guys. This guy here is dead. Cross him off then.
Cross him off.
Mitchell Friedman.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 is the quote. This was Bob Costas saying it. What an unfortunate thing to happen on Dozen Egg Night. From Basketball.
My number 4 is Tom Hanks throwing the glove at the kid that's been annoying the whole time and knocks him down.
You're gonna lose.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is when Kelly Leak steals everybody's balls. When he fields everything and makes everyone feel less of a team.
I ride a bike like a Harley.
Number 4 for you.
What's the score? 0-0. Who's
winning?
The Bears. And the best part is it happening when he's in an old video arcade and he thinks he spots Ferris, but it's actually a young lady. Which who would have thought that was like mirroring real life? The actor. And of course, at that point when he's not looking, that's when they catch the home run ball and he's on TV.
Number 4.
I'm going to go with the Angels in the outfield when everybody starts flapping their wings.
What's your number 3?
I was thinking about putting the
30 for 30.
30 for 30 Angels in the outfield.
You know, Christopher Lloyd was in Angels in the Outfield. I interviewed him.
Nice.
Yeah. You couldn't hear him.
Stop it.
What? Sorry, I'm not talking into my microphone. Can anybody not hear me?
What's your number 3, Pat?
Marty, can you repeat the question, please?
Number 3 is when they go get the baseball from the dog's mouth at the end of the Sandlot.
That's a good. I was honorable mention. I was thinking
Forgot
about that.
about the Sandlot.
Yeah.
A lot of good moments from that movie.
Great moments.
We're getting
Some
there.
of them
We're
are
getting
not.
there.
I shouldn't say anything then.
Getting there. Number 3, Blake.
Original Bad News Bears when they beat the Yankees.
Number 3.
Did they beat the Yankees? They lost at the end.
They won. Morally.
They lost.
They won their life in
2,
life.
4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? The Bears.
The Bears. The Bears.
But when they're chugging beers and celebrating after the game,
Just wait till next year.
This is a Billy Bob Thornton version, right?
Yeah.
Number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me is the scene Jimmy Dugan says there's no crying in baseball.
Okay.
No. She's crying, sir. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball.
Did anybody watch the TV series?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I saw
honestly
parts.
Forgot that it didn't even came out.
And then
Second season's only 4 episodes.
And that ties back in with later in the movie when he wants to yell at her again, and he's holding it under you missed the cutoff, man. That's something we're going to have to work on before next season.
Number 3 is For the Love of the Game. We're the best team out there right now. John C. Reilly, Kevin Costner. When it's a...
Well, you just screwed that quote up because it's my number 1.
Go ahead and quote it.
It was because right now we don't suck.
Yep.
We are the best team in baseball right now. We're here for you. We are going to be awesome for you.
That's my number 3.
That's my number 1.
Oh, to put it on the board.
Ding, ding, ding. We should get a board.
We should.
We say that a lot.
Yeah.
We should get a board.
We've got an imaginary board if it matters.
Oh, okay.
We'll just paint one of the walls with that like chalkboard or whiteboard.
I like it.
paint.
Goodness.
Yeah, now that we've moved away from the walls,
Yes.
you probably use them.
Instead of just knocking pictures over every week.
Number 3, Jim?
this perhaps may be the best moment of any baseball movie of all time.
And it's only your number 3?
Yes. It's Bad News Bears back to training when they're playing in the Houston Astrodome. And they cut the game short, and all the fans start chanting, "Let them play! Let them play!" I almost cried. I was like in tears. Like, why am I still watching this?
Number 3, Brian.
Number 3 for me. You guys lollygag the ball around the infield. You lollygag your way down to first. You lollygag in and out of the dugout. You know what that makes you, Larry?
Lollygaggers.
Lollygaggers.
Number 2.
Number 2 for me would be the Babe Ruth scene of The Sandlot. The Great Bambino, the Sultan of Swat, Colossal of Clout.
Number 2 for you, Jim.
Number 2, it's when in The Natural, when Michael Madsen's character, who is going to get benched if he doesn't play better, hustles so hard he runs through the left field wall and dies.
Uplifting. Thanks, Jim.
Fatality.
Number 2 for me.
Wait, after they show him run, catch the ball, and he hits the wall, and then you see the other outfielder waving people on to come out here. Then the next scene is the funeral at the ballpark.
Number 2 for me is from The Sandlot. It's the whole epilogue, the whole ending at the end.
Where they say what everybody went on to do.
Yeah, I love that scene. Love that scene. Number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me is when Terrence Mann gives his baseball speech. Baseball, Ray. Baseball. Was a change coming across America like a steamroller, being rebuilt and torn down again. But baseball remains the constant. Oh, they will come, Ray. They will come.
Doesn't remain constant now.
For reasons they can't explain. They'll want to take their vacations to Iowa. That speech.
Until they institute the pitch clock.
And the universal DH.
And these big bases. What the fuck, Ray?
His dad comes out and is like, I'm not playing in this. Walks right back. Fuck this.
They come out of the outfield, look around like, what the fuck?
Let's go down the street. There might be a better field.
Pitch clock violation. What? Did they have a hand crank timer? Click, click. You know, the big click.
Your cat disturbing the pitcher.
It's just like the big air raid sirens from World War I. That they sound off at the.
It's been 25 seconds.
It was either that or an hourglass.
It's too simple.
Wait. We have to wait for the sand to get to the bottom before we can restart.
The problem was the pitcher used to just throw at the hourglass.
Jeff, this is making the game go longer. Well, games used to be 2 hours and 55 minutes. They're now 8 hours and 35 minutes until this hourglass gets back.
Is that fucking big? Can you give me a glove that's bigger than the ball in my hand?
No. Number 2 for you, Blake.
My number 2, the 1963 World Series, as imagined by McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because Nurse Ratched wouldn't let him watch the fucking game.
Number 2, Pat?
Evil Nurse Ratched.
The basketball final game that is very, very entertaining. I've seen the movie one time, but that scene sticks in my head like a syrup on top of
You're
a pan.
excited. Feel these nipples. Number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me has to be the scene where Michael Jordan is playing baseball in Space Jam, and he's having a dialogue with the catcher, and the catcher is like, change up outside. Don't swing. And he swings, and he's like, okay, I'll get you another one. And then at the very end, he's like, Michael Jordan signed a baseball for his son. He's like, thanks for signing that ball for my kid. He's like, yeah, man, anytime. Then he goes back, and that's where he meets Stan Podolak. And then the end, you could end the movie there.
Then the movie Air starts.
Yes.
Number 1 for you?
I don't give a fuck what the title is. I'm going to say Abbott and Costello's. Who's on first?
Oh, okay. Who?
What? Exactly, yes. I don't know.
What's the name of the guy on first?
No, what's on second?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Third base.
Number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me was For Love of the Game.
Okay.
We Will Be Awesome for You.
Number 1 for me is Leslie Nielsen as the umpire in Naked Gun.
Hey, he tackled Reggie.
Hey, that's Enrico Palazzo.
A bunch of bombs
in the air.
Gave proof through the night that we still have our flag.
When he gets a vacuum clean out. I just like how you patting down every baseball player, make sure they're not the weapon. Number 1 for you?
Number 1, I hobied this. Probably the 2 quotes that I probably say more often than anything else. It's Marla Hooch. What a hitter.
I knew that was going to be on here.
And they show her from like a wide angle waving at the camera. And the other one is Major League. I feel like a banker in this suit. They made him put on a jacket. He cut the sleeves off.
When we go outside, beat the shit out of him?
Yeah, when we go outside and beat the shit out of him.
No. Okay. Number 1, Brian?
I've only got one thing to say to you.
California Penal.
Check this
motherfucker out.
That was Brian's number 1.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Brian.
He's only getting ready to say it. And Blake just has to ruin it.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Would you like to pick a different one?
No. His favorite is the edited for television version where they say, strike this guy out.
Let's see here.
Let Brian read it first.
Brian, go ahead and read it. Brian, read it.
Sorry, Brian. Go do it.
Brian, read it.
All right, actually, you know what? Go back, edit that out.
Nope.
And we'll start with Brian.
Oh,
go ahead,
here we
Brian.
go. It's edited out. Go ahead, Brian.
Let's cut through the crap, Vaughn. I only got one thing to say to you. Strike this motherfucker out.
Let's see here.
The whole damn thing.
We had a couple listener feedback here. Carolyn, your sister, had. I don't have moments.
I don't have a sister.
I don't have moments. I have quotes. You're killing me, Smalls. That was number 1. Sorry, I'll go backwards. Marla Hooch, what a hitter. Number 3, tied. I got a Harley Davidson. Does that turn you on? A Harley Davidson and a stretcher for his balls. Number 4, don't think it could only hurt the ball club. And that's all we got. One goddamn hit. Can't say goddamn on the radio.
Who cares? Nobody's listening anyway.
Justin Wood, he has movies, Rookie of the Year and Major League. So we're just going with that.
Rookie of the Year's trash.
Wow.
Wait a second.
What? Henry Rowengartner?
Wait a second.
I mean, that kid goes on to, like, lose his virginity on prom night.
Yeah, and then what else does he go on to?
Nothing. Oh, wait. He goes on to American Pie 2.
And 3.
And American what? He did something else?
Yeah, wasn't he in...
Kid in King Arthur's Court.
I was going to go with National Treasure.
Is that him?
Does he play Ian?
Wasn't Justin Bartha? Wasn't he the
No,
kid?
Thomas Ian Nichols.
Oh,
was the
Thomas
kid.
Ian. Oh, that kid did nothing. Kid sucks.
Pittsburgh Nerd had...
No, Justin Bartha's first movie role was in Geely.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was horrible.
Pittsburgh Nerd had number 5. Crash Davis tells Nuke to hit the ball.
Hit the ball.
Hit the ball. Hit the ball.
Hit the ball.
Hit the ball. There's no crying in baseball. Jake Taylor calls the shot. Ray has a game of catch with his dad. And Roy Hobbs blows out the lights to win the series.
It'd be better if he blew out his quads.
Well, he dies.
To lose WrestleMania.
Steve had everything.
Right after John Cena and Dave Bautista botched the ending for the third straight time.
And Steve had everything I learned from movies had basketball, the whole movie. Titles for the show.
Did anyone else have any honorable mentions?
No.
I did not.
Fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself.
Oh, that's probably the one I quote the most.
That was Brian's, and they just took it from him.
This was a
Are
lot
you
of
saying
fun.
Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Pretty much every line from Major League could be quoted.
Anyways, anything else real quick?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Was that your honorable
You
mention?
sure when you're getting ready to say
One
it,
of
someone
them.
else will
Titles. I had... Oh, I'm sorry. Bad idea of the week. Spending $715 million on one 8-episode season. That's a bad idea number 117.
It looked pretty, though.
It did.
It was a pretty looking season.
Titles for the show. Big in Ghana. Never Go Nose First. And that's it.
I had feathered cheddar cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It will make you ejaculate.
Mm-hmm.
All your Blake are belong to us. Anchovy ice cream. Velvet von Ragnar. And like syrup on top of pancakes.
I had wieners in my mouth.
Wiener, wiener, wiener.
Or
Bobby Wiener.
Wiener intake.
Ooh.
Frogger fans. Let's go hunk. No one ever gives us credit.
They don't.
They were going to die eventually. Velvet von Wagner versus Lance Stargrove. Not good, not great. It will make you ejaculate.
I vote for that one.
Nope. Brian?
Let's see. I do enjoy eating butt.
Pork butt.
Warm, hot glizzy in my gullet.
I just put that one too.
Wiener in my mouth.
Wiener.
I want the bonk.
Bonk.
Never Go Nose First.
Yep.
I have a brother. The letter 1. Not good, not great. Will make you ejaculate.
It's coming to CBS this fall.
More like Showtime.
Nope.
Skinamax.
I think Fox and more have that one.
Yeah, Fox has on Sunday nights at 8:30.
Oh, Family Hour on Sunday. That's a Fox move.
Are we sure that that's not after 60 Minutes on CBS on Sunday nights?
Hopefully it doesn't last.
It's about
60 minutes. There
cheerleading.
might be a lot of shape.
Not good.
Oh,
not
Leslie
great.
Stahl. Where you got, Pat?
I have glizzy down the gullet. Never Go Nose First. I have a brother and ejaculating all over, and then not good, not great will make you ejaculate.
I sense a theme with our title.
Okay, how about not good, not great, will make you ...
Yes,
I'll give you that.
Wiener in my mouth.
We'll make you put a wiener in your mouth.
Not good, not great will make you ...
Because we like ellipses.
We'll make you a few minutes late.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
listen to Hobie.